2023. Cox reports that dealers are seeing healthy demand, and combined with tight inventory and an unusually strong tax refund season, used vehicle sales were higher nearly every week of the first quarter compared to the same period a year earlier.
Improving EV or electrical vehicles are also boosting used vehicle prices. And a check of the Dow from Stifel at this hour, it is down 181.90 to 46,487. A check of traffic right now. Looks like we have some problems out there for westbound 270 drivers past Lindbergh. There's an accident on the right shoulder and moving road work westbound 44 past 44 Business. That has the right lane closed. For westbound 70, it looks like past First Capitol Drive, the right lane is closed there. Also, more moving road work and more construction on northbound 55 at Carondelet. It appears that the right lane is closed there. They should have that cleared up within the half hour or so. And a check of our forecast this afternoon. It's a little bit cooler from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Dave Murray.
The northwest flow with a mix of clouds and sunshine going through our Tuesday afternoon. This will be the coolest of the week. 54 for the high tonight. Partly cloudy skies. Obviously, kind of a chilly evening. 41 for the overnight low. Wednesday, sunny, breezy, chilly start. Warmer in the afternoon. Wednesday, 73. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, 54. And Thursday, sunny. The high 77 Thursday afternoon. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms around Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
52 in St. Peters, 52 in Florissant, and 52 downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up, Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company, serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
RENNER.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday. The last Tuesday. Clearly today's last day.
That's right. I forgot.
I'm having whatever I want for dinner tonight, I'll tell you that.
It's going to be like the movie Signs.
Yes.
We're going to have cheeseburgers and pancakes and bacon. We're going to sit around the table.
Oh, God. We make light of it, but it's pretty weird. It was pretty weird today, waking up and seeing yet another insane tweet. I'm just calling it a tweet because that's easier for me. And I'll read it to you now. We can discuss it and we can move on with the last show. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. That's the kind of thing that usually only a Klingon says. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. All caps, who knows? We will all find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world, 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death, will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. Who wants to go first?
Look, we all know the reality of it. There are going to be people that get mad, and it's like, ooh, TDS. If he hasn't lost his mind, then he's a nut job. Who talks like that? Name one president in the history of the United States that's ever spoken like that. And if you're going to argue that it doesn't matter, then you're missing the entire point. You piss off all your allies. You dig yourself a big-ass hole in Iran because you didn't plan it out well enough, clearly. Because if you had, you probably wouldn't be in this position where you're just like, I'm going to go mega threat every day. You don't talk that much when you know things are going the way that you want them to.
It's self-proven.
It doesn't mean you're, quote, losing, right? It's not like Iran's going to come over here and kick our ass. but it also isn't the same as being successful in what you're doing there. And underestimating the size and scope of the enemy is a problem. I mean, we talked about it before. How hard was it? How long did it take to get anything? In fact, to get nothing achieved in either Iraq or Afghanistan. And neither one of them is near Iran when it comes to the entrenched power, when it comes to their military, when it comes to their, the numbers. I mean, good God, it's almost 100 million people. And how do you ever look good threatening civilians?
Yeah. Literally threatening war crimes. And there's a sound, I don't think we grabbed this one, but someone today asked the president, how do you justify that threat that you're going to end the civilization? And he said that they're animals. So he's being consistent about this. And I wrote down this morning, he's either truly genocidal or he's dangerously stupid. Because when you become the president, you have so many options in front of you, but you also give up some options, like talking crazy. You don't get to talk like a drunken Hoosier at the end of a bar because you're the leader of the free world. And there's never been a more powerful person in the world than this, because he took it. He took the power by scaring everyone with, I will primary you, or I'll take Greenland by force, whatever it is. But you can only scare people into compliance for so long. And I think we've seen in the space of a year, the president has alienated the world, including all of our allies, and has emboldened Russia and emboldened China. If you don't think so, just go read the numbers. And just left us in this crazy place, with unforced errors. These are unforced errors. You don't have to say these crazy things.
No.
And they matter. To all the Trumpers out there who are thinking Trump derangement syndrome, you're the one with Trump derangement syndrome. I don't know, after all of this, you still think it's all great. If Obama on Easter morning would have said, praise be to Allah.
Even in a mocking way,
it's just crazy.
Which is what Trump was doing. And then you had, there are plenty of people making a good point. I mean, for God's sake, crazy ass Tucker Carlson
Alex Jones
is even like, dude, you don't mock people's faith. Nobody who is a person of faith would do that, I don't think, because you understand what it means to you, right?
Yeah.
Well, all I know is that I saw, forget who it was it Andy Kim, Senator Andy Kim?
Yeah.
Point out that what we've already spent on this incursion into Iran could cover Medicare for every person. And that's not counting the $200 billion more that they're asking for. Like, there are if you're America first, if your whole campaign was about, we're going to do what's best for the American people all the time, no matter what, is it better for the American people to have all this going on over there? Or would it be better to have everybody's health care covered? And, we can't cover daycare. That's the stuff you do when you're America first. Like, if you're looking out for your family first, if you're looking out for the people you represent first, that should be the point. But yet, here, what do we get out of this? We get increased gas prices. We get increased food prices. We get increased housing costs right now. The real estate market, the rates are going up. Who's getting a win out of this? Who's getting a win out of this? I'm not. Are you?
No.
So if it's America first, how is this America first? And which is why some of the America first people like Tucker, that's why they're not starting, they've been now turning a little bit, but it's like it's too little too late. And nobody around the man apparently has either the ability or the nerve to say anything, probably because they don't want to get fired. Mm-hmm. Well, go get fired. If everybody gets fired, at some point, you're going to run out of people.
Yeah.
But it's too many people that are just self-serving. I want my job. I want the power, whatever.
I want to give a shout out to John Hancock, because we were discussing this before the show, and I would never name names, but some of the Republicans who we like, who we know from the show, will openly say, oh, I believe this, but I can't say that on the radio.
Oh,
How many times have we heard that?
All the time.
Dozens.
Yes.
And thank goodness for guys like John Hancock who have the guts to actually say what he thinks. And he's paid the price professionally. You know, there are a lot of people who've turned on John. He's a rhino and all that kind of stuff. But thank God for people like that.
I mean, isn't this just the natural conclusion of what we've been building towards for the past 10 years, though?
How so?
Well, saying the things that the president has said in this latest Truth Social post, if you come out of the gate with that on day one, I think everyone goes, okay, this is insane and this can't happen. But when you just slowly ramp up over the course of a decade, and the people who should have probably drawn a line and admitted, yeah, this is bad, this is not becoming of the office of the president. In fact, it's antagonistic and it's causing discord and harm to the American people. I would appreciate it if he could get a lid on this and make some better decisions and maybe take advice from some serious people instead of just a bunch of yes men. But so many people were not willing to do that. They just wanted to say, oh, you can't handle the mean tweets. You're such a baby. It really doesn't matter. And you make excuses and you make excuses and you make excuses. And then suddenly you look around and this is what's happening.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you never set a boundary and you never say, well, we can't do that. I don't approve of this. This is not okay with me. Your boundaries are erased. And then this is where we're left. And I don't really have anything like snappy or fun or cool to say. I'm just scared.
Yeah.
I don't like living like this. I feel terrible there are plenty of innocent people right now living in Iran who are under threat. They could lose their lives. There are American soldiers on the ground in Iran who are under threat. I'm scared. What else is there to say?
Yeah, you're right, Rach. We get distracted by the entertainment of what Trump does and says. But we got our you-know-what in it right now. And
this is real.
This is real.
This is a real thing happening. When you say a civilization could be coming to an end, I'm sorry. I thought one of the big reasons we went into Iran, or what I was told anyway, was they're killing protesters.
Yeah.
Innocent people are losing their lives. But now what are you saying? How does that add up? It doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, they've changed their reasoning a million times.
Yeah.
You know, well, it was the nuke, and then you're killing their own people, and well, then there's oil. It's like you can't even stay on the purpose. And even and look, there has been no evidence given to the public and to my knowledge to Congress that shows there was an imminent threat. Was there a potential future threat? I don't know, maybe. But this is why we have processes, and when we let one person be the process by themselves, this is what happens.
Yeah.
We have checks and balances built in. But the cowards in Congress just concede because they're afraid of getting primaried. They're afraid of Trump turning on them and running someone against them, and they lose their seat of power. But it's not going to matter if you keep screwing things up.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to assert your constitutional power as a body that is as important as the presidency. The executive, the legislative, the judicial are equal. One is not more than the other. And we have gone this is really the big problem. And we've trended this way for a long time. This isn't brand new, but it's an escalation of a trend that's been going on forever. We've been trying to give too much power to the executive, and people bend to it because of their own selfish desires.
So I don't pretend to have any special knowledge. I don't have any insider knowledge. I'm not a military expert. But from a 30,000-foot view, I feel pretty confident in what happened. The president fell into a 50-year trap. You know, there is a reason that all the other presidents didn't go beyond them being cowards.
Because they knew what the cost would be.
Right.
Yes.
And when the president, amazingly, like on day 2, said, no one saw them attacking their neighbors. No, I was shocked. Everyone was shocked.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't.
No, they gamed this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
he might have been shocked.
You don't see the Strait of Hormuz? I mean,
but you know, he's the guy who famously doesn't read.
Well,
He doesn't read his briefings, and I guarantee you his people around him knew that was going to be the play.
And we're also seeing that he's not going to get out of this with his intellect. He's not going to get out of this with his deal making. So he's going to the only tool he really knows, and that's screaming and yelling and threatening. But I think he's going to find out. Like Iran is already responding. They're like, do you think that we've done this for 50 years so that we can just capitulate to your 48-hour deadline? No, of course not. We're not going to do it. I don't think Iran's going to do it. So we're going to see tonight whether he, quote unquote, chickens out again, or if he does something halfway, or if he really does bomb all the power plants and shut down all the power in Iran. He might do
what's the time difference between here and Iran?
It's
like 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah,
probably.
And I think it's 8 p.m. here. I don't know if that's Central or Eastern, but
is that the
Eastern.
deadline?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're 8 hours ahead.
So probably 7 p.m. here.
Because he said midnight, right?
No, I think it's 7 p.m.
Oh, our time, just 7 p.m. Okay.
Yes.
Because he's talking about it being, quote, tonight.
Right.
Well, tonight for them it'll be night before it's night here.
Yeah.
Okay, one more question, because we're talking about like how brash the statement is and all this. It's also quite unusual to post that on social media, I would assume. Right? Like that's kind of the other part where it's like, why are we negotiating out in public? This feels
Amy mentioned that on
bad.
Chris and Amy yesterday, and she made the point that this is at least Trump's modern 2026 way of diplomacy. It used to be Henry Kissinger, and it used to be, back channels, and it used to be Nixon's going to China. And now it's just posting a whole civilization's going to die tonight. So, Rachel, I want to tell you guys about Lombardo Homes for a limited time. This month, we're offering something that they rarely do, and it's exclusive incentives designed to help you get more from your new home. From a finished recreation room to premium kitchen and cabinet upgrades to flexible perks like design credits or closing cost savings, they're really, really bending over backwards to give you a whole smorgasbord, a whole little charcuterie board of things that you can pick out and say, this would help me make a decision to build a new home.
Go to LombardoHomes.com, click on Missouri Homes, and check out all of the different Lombardo communities we have in our area. See how gorgeous these homes are for yourself, and keep in mind everything is customizable. They also have a build on your own lot program called Anywhere Lombardo. If you have your own piece of land, but you want to put a Lombardo home on it, Lombardo can help you through that entire process. To learn more about these incentives that Lombardo is offering in April that Dave was telling you about, that website again, LombardoHomes.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Inflation is squeezing budgets, and global events can shake markets overnight. If you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs. So this is not the time for, I hope it works out. That's why Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group are hosting an upcoming educational seminar called Retirement Simplified, April 14th and 16th at Bartolino's Twin Oaks. You'll learn how rising costs could drain your spending power, how political and economic headlines can impact your returns, dealing with issues like taxes, outliving your money, and long-term care. Find out if your retirement strategy is truly stress-tested for today's economy. 636-230-8824 or at yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. The All Financial Group is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the U.S. government or any other government agency.
Spring cleaning rule number 1, out with the old, in with the new. And frankly, your family's old internet connection is a dinosaur. Upgrade to the 1 gig modern family standard from i3 Broadband. It's 100% true in-home fiber with equal upload and download speeds, so your teenager's gaming won't crash your video call. Even better, we're currently offering our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. Say goodbye to exploding promo prices and hello to budget certainty. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 120, 124. Okay, we need to pivot out of the Trump stuff because we can't do this for the next 3.5 hours, and we won't. We have Ricky coming on. We have Brad Young coming on. So we're not going to do this. But I do want to say one more thing. Takeoff says 25th Amendment won't happen. No chance. I completely agree.
Yep.
But I think that it has... I hate to say that anything's interesting, but having studied this in law school, it's really interesting to me to see it happen in real life. I think when they drafted the 25th Amendment, what they never contemplated was what Wheeler said, having Congress completely capitulate to a single personality.
Yeah.
They assumed that if the president was cuckoo, that his cabinet would say, we got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
They did not foresee an eventuality like this. And neither did I. I mean, before Trump, you go back to 2014, if you would have given me this law school exam question and said, here's some of the things the president's saying. I'd be like, yeah, he's cuckoo. And the cabinet's going to get rid of him. 25th Amendment. Well, now we're here. It's actually happening. We're actually seeing an American president say and do crazy stuff that has global ramifications, and there's not a chance anyone's going to do anything.
I mean, clearly not, because they haven't. I mean, they won't even say anything. Have you heard from a Republican here lately? Like, not, and I'm not talking about, the normies that we hear from on a regular basis. Have any of his people like publicly said, this is crazy? I mean, some of the people that were behind him before, the Tuckers and those type of people, they're the ones going, this is crazy, dude. You can't be doing this.
I really can't imagine how great their situation must be to give up all of your dignity. Like a Lindsey Graham. Do you think you're going to be remembered for being a great senator? You're going to be remembered for this.
You're going to be remembered as someone that capitulated.
As a bootlicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, maybe I just have never been tested, or maybe it's the South Roxana in me, but F you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give up my personal dignity and what I believe when it is what I actually believe so that you don't hurt me.
I mean, maybe they don't believe what they say they believe.
Well, they also convince themselves that, well, if I'm not there, then there's nobody there. Well, you're not doing anything anyway.
Right.
You're not protecting anything. You're not fixing anything. You're not standing up. So what difference does it make if you get removed?
Yeah.
It'll be the same as it is now with nobody doing anything. Because what's the line? Where's the line?
Yeah.
There has to be a line where you're like, okay, that's too much.
It's harder and harder to draw a line the longer you let behavior like this go on.
Wait, I mean, you keep letting him redraw the line.
It's going to be an interesting night and morning. I think he's probably racking his brain right now trying to find ways to get out of this thing. We will see. Tell you guys about my friend Dr. Matt Bays at Bays Sports Medicine. Matt had a very successful practice doing primarily stem cell injections, and he left it about a year ago because he had a dream. He wanted to open this place, Bay Sports Med, to be sort of a niche doctor's office between an emergency room and an orthopedic surgeon, that if you are injured in a car accident, slip and fall, you guys know how you get injured, you're smart, and you're not sure whether to go to an emergency room or call a surgeon, what have you, call Bays. Matt is great at triage, and he'll tell you, you probably need to call Dr. Corey Solomon. Here's his number, or come on in. We'll take care of you right now. He's also great at chronic pain. So if you tore your rotator cuff pitching in college or something, or if you're ex-military and you just have, all sorts of stuff going on with your body, you might want to look into these stem cell injections. 636-735-3003. Bays, which is BAYES, BaySportsMed.com.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Nicholas. 3 voices, 1 hour. All Cardinals. The Redbird Rush Hour delivers.
Sponsored by Busey Bank. Building community with Busey Bank. Beyond the game.
The Redbird Rush Hour. Weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals. KMOX.
What if every time you spent money, you saved money too? With Achieve It Checking from Together Credit Union, you can do just that. Every debit card purchase is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and the spare change goes right into your savings. And here's the best part. Together Credit Union boosts your progress by matching qualifying savings up to $8 a month. It's a free checking account that helps you achieve more automatically. Learn more, or better yet, enroll today at togethercu.org. Together Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Here's Dave Marie's weather forecast.
Cool times going through the afternoon, all thanks to the northwest flow opening up again, though it's a short visit. A mix of clouds and sunshine, 54 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 41. Wednesday, sunny, breezy. Now, it will be a chilly start Wednesday morning, but a fast warm-up late morning through the afternoon. 73 for the high. 54 Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny, up to 77. Thursday afternoon, some scattered showers and thunderstorms, that springtime pattern for Friday and over the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Gloria Lou, with your home sold guaranteed realty, 314-325-6888.
Need to sell your home and you want the most money? The name to remember is Gloria Lou. Yes, Gloria Lou, with your home sold guaranteed realty at 314-325-6888 and start packing.
Here's something I run into a lot with younger homeowners, and happened to be with my little boy. He was looking at purchasing homes. This house had a 20-plus-year-old furnace and air conditioner. And, of course, my advice was never buy a house with that old of an air conditioner. You will be buying a new one. And he goes, well, how much does a new one cost? For his size home, told him figure tens of thousands to over $20,000. If you're looking at a house, my personal opinion is make sure it's a newer unit. If not, request buyers to put in a newer unit. That makes it easier on your 15 or 30-year mortgage if it's included in the loan. Just my piece of advice for that. But if you're hearing this after the fact and you do need a new air conditioner, sorry to hear that, but call me, Bart Inman, one easy number in Missouri and Illinois. The easiest of numbers. It is 314-293-2600 or bartinman.com. God bless.
Last several weeks, we've been talking about all kinds of stuff, college basketball and football, hockey and baseball now, but FanDuel has your back with something a little different, a special Mulligan Bet Back token this week in golf. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction if you want. Backing someone to win it all? Go for it. You like someone for a top 5 finish? Lock that in with confidence, because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. FanDuel.com/Missouri to claim your special Mulligan Bet Back token. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tonight,
the Cards, the Nationals.
Cameron Total Access 450. First pitch 545.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. 133. I'm going to say one more thing.
Okay. I like it when you say it like that.
To this extent, I do have Trump derangement syndrome, and here's how. I said, hey, we're not going to talk about this for the next 3.5 hours. I could. I 100% could. I could talk about Bigfoot, and I could talk about this guy. It's not great radio, but I'm just saying I could just keep talking about it.
Well, it's a pretty complex topic, and there's lots to take apart. So
it's also, for what it's worth, the biggest story in the world.
Yeah.
And has the potential to become the biggest story in the history of the world, depending on
how it goes
over the next few weeks. So, like, I if you did
derangement, yeah,
I wouldn't call it derangement. And if you were like, you know what, Audible, we're talking about this for 4 hours, I wouldn't entirely blame you, because, like I said, there's really not a whole lot else to talk about.
My guess, and I could be completely wrong, he could decimate the whole place tonight. My guess is he's going to do one of those classic. I talked to a guy, I think his name was Larry, and he said that he would talk to Paco and we could work this out. So we're going to give him another 2 weeks. And that's what I bet's going to happen. It'll be some vague, shadowy figure who told him.
So it'll be like Infrastructure Week.
Yeah.
And the replacement for Obamacare.
Yes.
Taco Trump.
Check back in 2 weeks.
Banning your kids from social media might make things worse. You guys see this story?
No. How's that?
There is a big comprehensive study done, I believe in the UK, maybe Australia. And it says that fully banning kids from social media might actually backfire. And that is because super strict rules break trust between a parent and a child. And when that happens, kids are less likely to ask for help when something actually goes wrong.
Huh.
So.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't remember if we brought it up when you were here or maybe when you were out, but there was also an extensive study in the UK that shows that they can't find any causal relationship between social media and mental health. That doesn't mean it doesn't contribute.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it can't make it worse, but they don't think it causes it.
This is very anti-me because I'm always very pro-science, but some things I don't think you need a study for. Like, I can tell you that social media hurts everyone that uses it 99%.
I stand here as the exception. Like, I use it every day, and I'm not.
You're the 1% of everything.
Well, no, so I mean, like, it's kind of like that's why I always go the opposite on the arguments, because I'm not. There's nothing different about me other than I'm weird, right? Yeah. I'm not like genetically different, and it means that like it doesn't affect every person the same way. Just like alcohol doesn't affect every person the same way. Some people can drink all the time and never become alcoholics. Others, they're going to become alcoholics.
Wait a minute. It's so weird because I thought you just said, I'm not genetically different. You're completely genetically different.
Red hair.
Am I a hybrid?
I don't know what you are. I don't know what goes on in Detroit. But you're like Kal-El. You came to St. Louis and we're all like,
the spaceship just went,
what the hell's up with this guy?
We can't handle this kind. We got to get rid of these people.
Okay, but I'm curious as to who conducted and funded this study.
Right. Good point.
Because like it's like presented by Meta. Yeah, because it's like I guess you could say the same thing. Like, you shouldn't completely ban your teenager from drinking, because then they'll just hide it from you. So you should let them drink in the basement with their friends.
Well,
it's like, that's kind of up to each individual parent, like how their relationship with their kid goes.
But the countries that don't have a drinking age have less problem with teenage alcohol abuse than we do.
So let them drink. Get them a six-pack.
Not saying that. I'm just saying there are a lot of people that do it differently and they get a different result. And it's worth at least examining why that is.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be something else culturally. It may not be connected to that law at all. but it could be just simply that you're brought up in a world where alcohol is just a normal thing and you don't care about it that much, as opposed to the thing that you can go party on. I mean, but it's still something worth considering when you're talking about those things.
Another new study says that 33% of young adults, defined as 18 to 34, are still living with their parents. A third.
What was the age group again? I'm sorry.
18 to 34. I'm very shocked by that. But I'll tell you why it's happening. Because of parents like me.
Really?
Yeah. Because if Phoebe, she graduates next year, if she says, hey, I think I want to move back home for a couple years, I'm delighted. Selfishly, I would love to have her there. Now, if I were a better parent, I would probably say, oh, you need to go fly. I'm going to kick you out of the nest. But
I don't think that makes you a better parent necessarily.
Same. I think there's nothing wrong with it.
Good. I'll do it then.
There's plenty of Wheels just brought up these other countries that let kids drink. There are cultures all over the world where it is just the norm to live with your parents until maybe you get married, or even after you get married, everybody just kind of still keeps living together.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just based on I'm scared to leave home. I don't want to be by myself. It's also really expensive to live by yourself.
Yeah, well, and if you I just did a little search. If you break it down a little smaller, it's like almost 60% of children ages 18 to 24, but it's 19% of 25 to 34.
Makes
so
sense.
the older you get, the smaller it's going. And again, I think that's a real problem, but it's also how many people look at it and go, I just can't afford a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that as a kid, I would not have wanted to live with my parents. I don't think any kid wants to live with their parents. I think you do it out of necessity. I think most people would rather not just be under mom and dad's roof in their 20s and 30s.
A former Amazon vice president is going viral because he did this big thing where he said, you don't want to be too nice at work because no one will respect you. You also don't want to be a tyrant. What you want to be is pushy. That was the word he used. What you want to be to get ahead at any workplace, whether it's Mr. Donut or Odyssey Radio, is to be pushy.
I think it makes sense. Because you want to be friendly, but you also don't want to just accept whatever's thrown your way. Yeah. Wouldn't you think that? Doesn't that sound pretty much on the dot for you?
Yeah, I just don't have the ability.
You do. You do it. You do.
You push when
lay
it's
down
time
the
to
law
push.
when it's time.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you just don't want to. But that's the point. Is being pushy is not the same as being a tyrant. If it's every day, all the time, well, now you're a tyrant.
Yeah.
But if it's when it's necessary, when you think, hey, man, we got to solve this, or this is just not going to work, you do it.
I love when these executives give their sage advice, and the advice is just have nuance.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Thank you. I never would have thought that.
Don't be extreme, right?
I thought I was supposed to scream in my boss's face every day when I came into work, but
I
now
thought I
that
was
you have
supposed
educated
to
me,
just cower in the corner
Yeah.
till someone offered me a hand.
Also, we know about bros. There are all kinds of bros.
Oh, yeah.
You ever heard of snake bros?
Snake bros?
Are they snake handlers?
Yes. They're bros that define themselves by owning venomous snakes.
All right.
And I saw an article yesterday where zoos are getting pissed because snake bros keep getting bit and coming to the zoo
to get the antivenoms.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant they're coming to the zoo and teaching the snakes how to bite.
Yeah, if you're gonna, I understand the fascination with dangerous things, but you need to be really good and learn how to do it without getting bit.
Yeah.
I've got a zoo story for you here, Dave, if you want it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a wolf enclosure at Hershey Park's Zoo America.
this.
So this is in Pennsylvania. The parents of a toddler who squeezed under the fence of a wolf exhibit in Hershey Park are now facing child endangerment charges. So this is an 18-month-old toddler squeezed through a little opening in a barrier of the wolf exhibit and was able to reach the metal fence of the enclosure. So didn't actually get into the enclosure, but they were able to put their little hand through the metal fencing. And what happens when a wolf sees a little tiny toddler hand? They're going to snap at it. bystanders had to help pull this little toddler away because the toddler's parents were 30 feet away from the child, sitting down on a bench, playing on their cell phones.
Ooh.
So they are now being investigated as like being negligent. And investigators are asking for anybody who has video of the incident to come forward. But yeah, they're facing child endangerment charges. I say charge them. You're 18-month-old. You should, dude, if you're out in public, it is not for the rest of the public to watch your kid, especially if you're at the zoo and especially if you're at the wolf exhibit. Like, it's not like you're seeing, I don't know, like birds really far away or something.
Yeah,
They're like, go play with the wolves, baby.
Not sure
it's
how
gonna
much
be
of
fun.
an investigation we need. I think we kind of have the parameters of it.
Well, it's just refreshing to see because, you see like, and I don't want to bring up Harambe, but I guess I just did. That was a whole thing where it was like, Harambe lost his life because some little kid was not being watched properly and was allowed to get into the exhibit, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm just glad that we seem to have our head on straight about this one, at least.
Tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts. And during the month of April, they have just, again, a whole platter of candies for you. You can choose all sorts of different things like free plumbing fixtures. You can choose different things for a kitchen remodel, for a lower level remodel. Last couple of weeks, I've been reading you a lot of reviews that people do about Mosby, and they're not just great because they're very glowing. That's always nice, nice, warm, fuzzy. People like us. But they're very targeted. They're about real things and the things that people keep coming back to that impress me. And these people, obviously, they're smart, they're successful, they have a couple of nickels, they're using Mosby, and they're saying, you know what? Every other time I've done this, I had to be the job boss. I had to be the general contractor. And I had to call the plumber, and I had to call the drywall guy, and I had to do this, and I had to do that. Mosby does all that. You don't do any of it. We keep you informed, but we do all that stuff. Take advantage of these free giveaways during the month of April. 314-909-1800 or call Mosby.com.
Calling all runners. Register now for the Cardinals 5K on Saturday, April 18th. And you can take a victory lap on the field at Busch Stadium. Don't miss this chance to bring the whole family for a fun St. Louis 5K race that brings fans together to support kids in the community. The Cardinals 5K, Saturday, April 18th. Register now at cardinals.com/5K. And for more information, just head to KMOX.com/events.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, DRURY law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Straight Realty has always been an industry leader when it comes to commissions, so it should come as no surprise that the recent Realtor settlement has only empowered us to continue offering our sellers even better rates. We now list homes for only 2%. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Call me 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Welcome back, DGS and KMOX. Top of the hour, we have attorney Brad Young, who has several really interesting stories. He always does. Plus, he is a conservative analyst, pundit, whatever you want to say. Spends a lot of time doing a lot of shows down at 97.1, but I think is a really smart guy. I disagree with him on most of that stuff. Like when he was saying that gay people choose to be gay, like that's not something I think. But I like him a lot, respect him, and he'll give a different perspective on what's going on with Iran and Trump at 2 p.m. We were just speaking about parenting a lot during this past hour. There's a new parenting hack. If your kids are misbehaving, there's a word you yell, and it stops them in their tracks.
Oh, I know this one.
Do you?
It's 2 words together.
Nope.
Is it?
You yell, Jessica. I don't know why. It seems like you could yell buckethead or fried chicken. Just yelling something at a kid's going to make them turn around. But it's become viral now that parents are just yelling Jessica and your kid stops.
I mean, literally anything I yell will stop my kid.
Pretty much.
Could be any word.
Pretty much.
It's the volume and the intensity in which you use your voice.
Did you see the Chloe Feynman thing?
Okay, I
What's that?
keep seeing that she made a controversial statement, but I haven't cared enough to click and figure out what it is.
So she did an interview, and they're riffing, and they're talking about times that they've been fired. And she said, "Oh, I got a great one. I got fired from a job, and you'll never believe why." And she was a camp counselor when she was an older teenager. And there was this, I believe, 6-year-old boy who kept pretending he wanted a hug and then pulling her shirt up. So she decided, and these are her words, to get back at him. So she pantsed him in front of all the kids, and she got fired. And so now people are like, wait a minute, you just said that you pulled a 6-year-old boy's pants down? That's not okay. You're canceled. So she's going through all that.
Yeah, that's like a wrong thing to do, I think. And he wasn't wearing underwear, so like she pulled it down and like exposed him to all the other kids.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
then,
pretty awful.
I think there was something else to the story, like a bus full of people drove by at that moment too, and so
Yeah,
he
that poor
exposed
kid.
him to all the people driving by or whatever. Yeah, it's not a good thing to do. She
Was
probably
she-
should have told that story.
Yeah, was she like laughing and making
Oh, yeah.
light of okay, that's pretty
It was
bad.
it was a part of a group interview with a bunch of SNL actors. And they were all going through the like, oh, what's a super embarrassing way that you got in trouble at work?
How old's the kid?
6.
Since when do like older teenagers feel like the way to treat a 6-year-old is the way they treat you?
Good point.
I mean, you're not a 6-year-old. If you were, that would be an understandable reply.
Right.
If you're 16, you should probably know better and then just go seek an adult to say, this kid is doing this. You need to discipline him.
Yikes. People
I mean-
are so weird. Like, just to tell that story and be like, this will be cute. The people will like this. Everyone's going to laugh.
Everyone can relate to this.
What's maybe even more interesting about this story is that since then, Vanity Fair has like edited the video.
Yeah.
So you actually can't, other than people who have like already clipped it and stuff and have been sharing it, you can't actually find that part of that video online anymore. They like edited the video a bunch to take out that story and take out her castmates' reactions to it, which were very poor. Obviously, her castmates were like, "The hell's wrong with you?"
Oh, they did? They didn't laugh?
No, they reacted very
good for them.
grossed out and unhappy.
Good for them. It shows that obviously shows that she's outside the norm.
There's also a new diagnosis. This is not in the DSM yet, but therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists are talking about it and doing studies on it. and it's called irritable male syndrome.
I might have this.
What are the symptoms?
Exactly what you would think. It's mostly related to aging.
Oh,
and as
okay.
men get older, not dementia.
No, I know what you mean.
Just as men get older, they have a shorter fuse, and they've now not made up, but they've now said, "Oh, it's
a thing.
It's a new condition." Irritable male syndrome.
I mean, doesn't it feel right?
Do men go through a similar hormonal change? I mean, they can't be experiencing something nearly as intense as menopause.
No, it's not like that.
Andropause.
Andropause.
Men go through.
But what's it? It's like it doesn't seem to have the same like over the top impact.
No, I hesitate to even say the word because I don't want anyone thinking that I'm conflating.
Right.
What
You want
we
a
go through and what you go
Yeah, I
through.
just didn't even know if there was anything like. I didn't know if there was a change.
I mean, like, as you get older, your testosterone goes down. Like, that's a thing. It's normal. It's not the same for everybody. It's not the same time or the same rate, but that's a normal thing.
Seems like that would chill you out, right?
You would think, but
it makes you pissy.
Irritable male syndrome.
I mean,
how many female eyes just rolled so hard?
I mean, I'm doing a good job holding back.
It's fine to roll. I don't know that it's actually like a diagnosable thing, but it's definitely a real thing.
Also, there's a new product on the market, a genre of product, very expensive Bibles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that seems to be totally the point.
Yes. Now, people are saying that it's the Word of God, and you don't want some ratty version of the Word of God. You want the nicest thing that you can afford, and the going rate right now is $500 for a really nice Bible.
I mean, whenever I was like going to church, there were several times. Well, I actually remember my first like nice Bible. I don't think it was hundreds of dollars, but my grandma got it for me, and she had my name engraved on it, and it was like the really nice thin paper with the gold edges. I mean, it was nice to have for sure.
Do you still have it?
Yes. Yeah, I've never like thrown away any of my Bibles.
Yeah.
I've kept those. That feels very wrong.
In one of my worst moments, I've told this story before, but when I was very, very religious and proselytizing, and I was trying to witness to my dad, who was just very World War II, God and country, but don't talk to me about tribulation periods, whatever. And he just wasn't getting it. And we had a big 6-inch thick family Bible on the coffee table. And I picked it up and slammed it down and walked out.
Mm-hmm.
One of the dumbest, nonsensical,
I'll show you,
least helpful things I've ever done.
You'll see how mad I am, and then you will accept Christ.
I'll tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct. A lot of my construction clients here in the first couple of hours of the show. Right now with Universal Windows Direct, you can buy 2 windows and get 2 for free with no limit, so basically 50%. The more you upgrade, the more you're going to save. Plus, you get 24 months with not just no interest, but also no payments, which gives you 2 full years to enjoy the comfort before paying a dime. And during this month, if you make a deal, they will also offer you a $500 bonus off your total home improvement project. I can tell you this, dozens and dozens of DGS listeners have used Universal Windows Direct, and a few of them have reported back to me and said that they're absolutely great. 314-334-2522 or universalwindowsdirect.com.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Laterman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Laterman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Laterman Law Firm at latermanlaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
All right, guys, Kevin Wheeler here for FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KMOX, and they have got your back this week. They've got you if you're a golf fan. If you've ever gotten into the fun of following along with the big tournaments, they've got a special for you this week. It's the Mulligan Bet Back Token. Easy for me to say. So once the big tournament starts this week, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another shot. So now you've got that protection. If you want to go for a sleeper, who you think's going to win the tournament, you can do that because you have the safety of the bonus bet. So if you bet $5 and you're wrong, you get it back in a bonus bet. You can use it again. You can be more bold. You can go for the favorites too. I mean, you play the way that you want to. No matter what you want, you have that same protection. So whether it's looking at a top 5 finish or someone to win the whole thing, you can lock it in with confidence because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. So you just visit FanDuel.com/Missouri. That's where you can claim the special Mulligan Bet Back token. Just remember, you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. Opt-in required, and the refund is issued as a non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply, including token expiration, and you can see all the terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, just call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we have a little bit of sunshine, 52 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Kina, and for Michael Calhoun, our top story, Pope Leo is reacting to President Trump's threat to destroy Iranian civilization by calling it, quote, truly unacceptable. This comes as this evening's deadline at 7 o'clock our time is approaching. Today, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche and Assistant Attorney General for the Fraud Division, Colin McDonald, held a press conference to discuss the creation of the Trump administration's National Fraud Enforcement Division.
And there is no better prosecutor to lead this mission than newly appointed Assistant Attorney General Colin McDonald. In the words of President Trump, he is very smart, tough, and highly respected.
Now that the crew of Artemis 2 have completed their journey around the far side of the moon, they have 3 days until re-entry into the Pacific Ocean. CBS News senior space correspondent Bill Hardwood has more.
They're going to be engulfed in an electrically charged plasma at 5,000 degrees across the base of that heat shield. There have been some questions about the heat shield. They had problems with the first unpiloted mission of an Orion. They're flying the same heat shield, but they've changed their trajectory.
More detonations heard this morning from the scene of a fatal house explosion in Troy, Illinois. Now, as KMOX's Sean Malone tells us, the bomb squad has returned to that home.
On the 8,000 block of West Kirsch Road, where late Sunday evening, a house exploded, killing 3 individuals and injuring a 4th. Now, talking to neighbors and including the time I've been here, there have been at least 8 controlled demolitions by the Illinois bomb squad, many of them further back on the property. The property, looking at it, it's not very wide, but it does go back quite deep, and there's a little bit of a hill in the front, so it is hard to see exactly what's going on. But just looking at the front, the Madison County Sheriff is here, the Troy, Missouri Fire Department is here. I can see an Illinois bomb squad trailer that looks like some sort of mechanism, if you will, that could be used to detonate an explosive inside of. And the St. Charles County, Missouri Police Department Canine Unit is here as well. In Troy, Illinois, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
From the KMOX Business Desk, CBS News correspondent Jim Krasula has the latest on a big source of aggregation down on the farm.
Moline, Illinois-based Deere & Company has agreed to pay $99 million as part of a settlement to resolve a class action lawsuit accusing Deere of monopolizing repair services. The 2022 lawsuit accused the company of withholding repair software and conspiring with authorized dealers to force farmers to use them for repairs. Many farmers have long complained about not being able to fix their own Deere equipment. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
A check of the Dow from Stifel at this hour. It is down 352.90 points to 46,316. Looking at our area highways right now, eastbound 70 before St. Charles Rock Road, watch out. 2 left lanes are blocked there, and that's due, it looks like, an accident. Moving road work westbound 70 past First Capitol, that has the right lane closed. And that moving road work for westbound 44 drivers just past Business 44, it looks like that has been cleared. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Cool times going through the afternoon, all thanks to the northwest flow opening up again, though it's a short visit. A mix of clouds and sunshine, 54 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 41. Wednesday, sunny, breezy. Now, it will be a chilly start Wednesday morning, but a fast warm-up late morning through the afternoon, 73 for the high. 54 Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny, up to 77. Thursday afternoon, some scattered showers and thunderstorms, that springtime pattern for Friday and over the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM.
The weather is
KMOX.
sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. 53 degrees right now in St. Peters. It's 52 in Florissant and 52 degrees downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Aquino, KMOX News.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. We're partners committed to you, your business, and your community. From family law to litigation, we're ready to serve. Visit sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DJS. So I lied to you. I said that Brad Young was at 2. He's at 2:30. Ricky Horton is at 2:15, but we're going to have to break here in about 7 minutes because he is literally waiting for the bus to pick up the players to take them to the game. Let's talk about the Cardinals. Last night hurt me. That it really did. Like, I was texting you.
Yeah.
That one really got to me.
Well, those are the ones that do, right? The games when you're leading late and you lose are the worst. Every manager throughout, I heard Bernie bring this up with Ollie today on Gas House Gang, because that used to keep LaRusso awake. When you would lose games, then you're up late. You know, when you're up 2-3 runs in the 7th, 8th inning, you expect to win, and you should. I think at one point the Cardinals had like a 95% win probability. But then 2 relievers imploded in the 8th inning and it got away. But I'm sorry to be this guy. This is going to happen more. It's a rebuild year. There are going to be times where they look bad. And there'll be other times where, like the first week or so, it was fine. They looked pretty good. You know, you're going to have a little bit of both. I'm shocked, though, that the bullpen's been as bad as it's been. I did not think that Matt Swanson was going to regress like this. I mean, he is.
Yeah, you and Paulie thought he might be the closer.
I mean, he was their best reliever last year, and nothing was lucky or fake about it. It was all real. You know, came with swing and miss. It was, you know, all of the underlying numbers were like, yep, this is real. This is not somebody who just had batted ball luck or good defense behind him or whatever. But the fact that he has been a gas can so far, and I know that's mean, but it's true. Every time he comes in, it's like pouring gas on the fire. He's still talented. He can still be fixed. And he's not alone either, right? Stanek blew up last night, and that's the second blow up he's had already. You know, Justin Brule is scary every time he takes the mound.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Swanson and Stanek have been as bad. I'm surprised Dustin May has been as bad because of how well he's throwing the ball. Like, his velocity's good and he had a good spring. But those will always be the ones that haunt you, the late leads that get away. So yeah, those suck.
You know, I'm pretty involved in this. I'm pretty in with you guys. And I just realized that in spite of everything I know, I am judging them based on them being a competing team.
I know, it's hard. It's all we know. I mean, like, I've been here 20 years. It's really all it's been for 20 years is the plan is to contend. And this is really the first year where that wasn't what they led with. Right? Normally the lead is, hey, we got a competitive team here. We want to make the playoffs. We think we can make a run. If this happens, and this is one of the first times, this is the first time I can remember where it's like, yeah, that's not really the forefront right now. We want that to be the case. We want to compete. We're going to work to win games, but we also understand where we are as an organization.
Yeah.
You're in the talent acquisition phase still.
Can you give me 3.5 minutes on flat earthers?
I mean, I could give you 3.5 hours on flat earth. So
these guys really get you.
Well,
they
they're
do
so
because
smart,
it's so
creative.
unbelievably ridiculous. Like, so just as an example, this is because of Artemis, it's kicked all of this stuff off, right? It's Twitter, it's TikTok. I'm sure it's other places too, where they're like looking at the pictures and they're like, see, this is fake. The picture that we saw from Artemis that showed Earth, right? This guy literally pointed at it and said, if we have 50,000 satellites surrounding the Earth, then where are they? You're 10,000 miles away.
Yeah, they're way up there.
And then I thought the best response, there was a reply, the first reply because I had to see what people were saying. First reply was a picture of the Amazon rainforest. And it says, there are trillions of mosquitoes right there. Why can't you see them? They must not be real. Like, it's that kind of nonsense. And these people that talk about the Van Allen belt like they know anything about it. Yeah, it's a radio. It's radio. I can't even say the words because I'm so stunned at the stupidity. Yes, it's a radioactive belt, but there are parts of it that are thinner and parts that are thicker. The vessels are shielded. They time it so that they go through at the time where they will get the least amount of exposure. And the amount of exposure you get going through there is like getting an X-ray. So we've all had that amount of exposure. It's safe. But the dummies who don't know anything are like, oh, but it's radioactive. Well, they have plans for that, you dope.
I hate to admit this when someone gets my goat, but the flat earthers remind me very much of the MAGA people who will be like Rach was saying earlier, like, oh, little baby got her feelings hurt. And and the flat earthers do the same thing, at least the ones I see on TikTok, where they'll just show what's going on and go, okay. Okay. You're like, oh, that's your intellectual argument? Okay.
There was a guy yesterday making a case that the flat earth is real and there's a quote, the firmament and all that, because there are pictures from people above the sun. What do you mean above the sun? It's not above or below us. It's just away from us. We go around it. It's away from us. You're not above anything. What are you talking about? It's nonsense.
I'm trying to understand what that would even mean.
Yes. He said there are photos from above the sun. Where are they?
Like looking down
like
at
looking
the sun.
down at the sun. But how could you even know if you're looking down or looking straight ahead? Because it's all about just where your body's positioned in space. It's going to look the same to you either way. You're not going to be able to tell. What are you talking about? So many people who don't understand anything scientific have all these beliefs that make no sense.
Yeah. Arlen King says, sounds like it's a Dave playlist day. You got it, baby. I did this one last night.
$2026, I've been hearing from customers and friends that their utility bills went up quite a bit for their electric bill. That being said, and you're looking at buying a new air conditioner, or you're thinking, hey, I guess let's just get an air conditioner so it helps with the electric bills. If you have an old system, it definitely can help you. But watch your thinking. Just because you are told this is a so-called high-efficient air conditioner, it's not going to save you nowhere near what you think it's going to save you. Just replacing your old equipment is the biggest thing, and make your house efficient. An air conditioner is not going to make your house efficient. That being said, it's a great time to purchase an air conditioner if you get the correct one. Don't overspend. Don't believe the hype. In other words, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Call me, Bart Inman, at 314, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600. Again, the easiest of numbers, 314-293-2600 or bartinman.com. God bless.
Have you ever felt like you were living just a B or B plus life? It's so dangerous to live that, more dangerous than a B minus or a C plus life, because when you're living a B or B plus life, you don't change it. You think it's good enough. Is it? I'm Susie Welch. I host a podcast called Becoming You. People think, okay, an A plus life is not available to me, but there is a way. We are all in the process of becoming ourselves. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, and we are discussing esophageal cancer with Dr. Raymond Jin.
We're starting a program here in the upper GI space called PREVENT. That's the acronym, and it's really aimed at trying to detect these cancers early and even to kind of, reverse them and understand kind of the science behind why they form.
Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
GLP-1s work, and STL weight loss injections can help you navigate the process. Their amazing staff is here to work with you to begin a new weight loss journey. The first month is just $199. For more information and to schedule an appointment, head to stlweightlossinjections.com.
Built on a century, focused on today. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is brought to you by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings Experience at Westport.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Time to talk to our pal, Ricky Horton. Hello, Rick.
Hey, what's going on, Dave? How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, speaking of the Rawlings Experience, were you much of a gear guy? Like, I just gave 18 gloves away to Roosevelt High School because I'm a gear guy and I'm obsessed. Yeah. And I just keep buying ball gloves. Were you that guy when you were playing?
Not well. I mean, this is a terrible thing to say, but they kept giving them to me. I mean, honestly. But I wasn't really a collector of them because I had a contract with Rawlings, and I signed that contract 2 days after I signed as a minor league player, which was very fortunate for me, and they had a great relationship with them over the years, but they kept wanting to bring me new gloves every year, and I'd say I don't really need them because I like the one I have. And so a lot of guys like to have like multiple ones. I did not. I like to have my tried and true one. So I ended up, as I got older, and played longer, I ended up getting gloves for my kids and my wife more than I did for me. So
how long would you use a glove, Ricky? Like by your choice, did you use them for years? Did you use them for 8 years?
3 years. I mean,
3 years,
3 years-ish, yeah. And I didn't play as long as I would hope to. But yes, no, I'd probably use it for 3 years. I still have a couple of them, actually. And they're not quite as in good a shape as I recall them being in. But anyway, it's time changes them. But they're sentimental to me. I think that's maybe I'm more of a sentimental person. I'm more of a comfort person. And I think I wanted my gear to not be new, but I wanted it to be me.
Yeah.
Rick, other than the salary, what was the best perk about being a big leaguer? What did you just love?
Man. So I would say probably my answer is different now than it would have been while I was playing. I think, when you're doing it, it's like, man, this is electric. You're doing a job that is very cool. People are paying attention to it. They're talking about it in the paper. I mean, so it's got some pizzazz to it. I think that's what I was thinking about at the time. But as I look back on it now, baseball has given me an opportunity to, I've played baseball in Hawaii, in Alaska, in Dominican Republic. I've met people from all over the world. I've had experiences. I've been able to explore cities, almost, all the major cities, I would say all the major cities in our country. And I'm more thankful for that now in the rearview mirror than I was actually thinking about that at the time.
Very cool. Rick, I didn't talk to you about this. So when I was at spring training, when we played golf, the guys and I went to the WBC. We saw the Dominican Republic play Venezuela. Ackerman agreed that it was even crazier than a World Series game. And as you know, the American team, U.S., took a lot of crap. You guys didn't care. You had no swag. You had no anything. Like, what do you make of all that?
Yeah, I don't really think that's true. I think if you're talking about the classic American player, maybe a little bit less, I'm going to say demonstrative. Let's just use that word. They're more kind of, they play the game differently. And I think that's true on every team. You typically, because I did play in those other countries, and I know that I remember the noise and the fun and the party, and that's part of the cultural aspect of playing in the Dominican Republic, which I absolutely loved. I did love it, but I wouldn't say that was me, and I wouldn't say that's the way I competed. That didn't give me, being kind of very like party-like atmosphere kind of kept me from doing the things I needed to do to compete. But I didn't mind it. I liked it, in fact, but it wasn't for me personally. And I think that's true with the American players a lot. I think that you're just raised to play the game differently, and it's in the culture of being what it's like to be an American. Just as, culturally speaking, you'd say Japanese baseball is very respectful and has a certain aura about that as well that's different from the U.S. and other places.
Interesting. Let's talk the Cards. I was just telling Wheels in the last hour, last night hurt me. Last night really got me. And then I realized, because he said something like, hey, you're going to see a lot more of this. It's rebuild. As close to this product as I am, knowing you and the guys and following the team, I'm still judging them based on being a contender.
Yeah, no, and we're going to deal with that, and I think that's okay to hope for that and want for that, and then you kind of sometimes you kind of settle back and you say, okay, this is going to happen with a young team. I will say this: last night hurt me too. It didn't hurt my ERA or yours because we don't have them, but I think that the relievers struggling is hard to watch them because there's too many of them struggling. You can't. Ollie's got to bring in somebody, and right now there's three guys that are struggling, and it's like there's not a lot of choices other than just you can't have JoJo pitch 4 innings every night, and that's kind of where and that will change. 2 weeks from now we'll be saying best bullpen in the National League, and where's the hitting? And just the typical way baseball goes, and I hope that's I hope that's true of the bullpen anyway. But I think right now they certainly need some work.
Well, our buddy Matt Pauley posted this earlier, and he got yelled at on Twitter about it, but. He's right. Last year's bullpen started similarly to this, and then it settled down and became one of the better bullpens in the National League. So the problem with judging, I'm not telling this to you, Ricky, because you've lived it. Yeah. But the problem with judging bullpens and relievers is you're going to have a certain number of bad games throughout the year. If they happen early, well, now your ERA is 16. But if they happen later, your ERA is 3.8 or whatever, and you got to let the sample size play out, even though it sucks to watch.
Yeah, no, I almost think you have to. Yeah, that's 100% right, and and obviously the prerequisite to getting yelled at on Twitter is actually being on it. So that is unfortunate. I really say that. Unfortunately, a part of our dysfunctional social situation in our country. I really do. That really bothers me. Really does. But it's a fact, and that people are going to kind of go off on whatever they want to go off on. But I think Matt is 100% right that talk maybe 40 games. You get to the quarter pole of the season and say, well, this guy is really not making an adjustment, and this guy's going to be who he is. I don't think you know that. You certainly don't know it after a week and a half, but you'll know it after 40 games.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting thing to look at too, Ricky, because I know it's a little freed up with Pashard on the injured list right now because he's not optionable. He's a Rule 5 pick. They don't have many spots that they can really ride that with. Now you have an extra one, so maybe they do play with it to try to get someone right. Because while I would agree we need to let Matt Swanson have more time, boy, does he seem lost. I mean, he does not seem the ball is going anywhere near where he wants it to.
Yeah, and the velocity is not much different.
No,
so that's
it's about the same.
A bit of a conundrum. And you'd say the same thing about Dustin May. And so I saw some numbers about the Cardinals pitching the starting staff and how they cumulatively are not doing very well. But if you take Dustin May out, the Cardinals starting staff is very different. So again, that's just kind of how you crunch the numbers, right? And I think Dustin May will be a different guy down the road. I hope he is. I mean, he's searching right now and he's struggling, no doubt. But I think it's just, again, a matter of time, and you don't want to get stuck, as you said, with not enough roster room to be able to go to a different option. But again, that's the nature of the beast right now in baseball. You have to kind of find a way to get new arms in roster wise. That's hard.
Rick, how often did that happen to you, where you just, for whatever reason, you're like, I don't even know how to throw this damn ball, much less a splitter. And how do you work your way out?
Yeah, well, so I always had that feeling. My experience with that always was coming out of the All-Star break. You come out of the All-Star break and you pick up a baseball and you go, "What's this?" I mean, three days of not throwing because we wouldn't. I mean, we didn't have the options to do that. We didn't have the kind of the plan to do that. You literally took those days off and getting the feel for the ball. See, I still think of baseball as an art more than I think of it as kind of like, the function and the numbers and the mechanics and all that. I mean, yes, those matter, but I feel like there's an art to it. And when you lose the fine, I'm sure Renoir, when he hadn't painted for a month, picked up the brush and went, wait a minute, where's the blue? How does that make blue again? I mean, I feel like there's a bit of a feel that you lose. And the idea is not kind of overthinking it to get it back. It's how do I get that feel back? And that's very individualistic, and again, it's within the realm of art as much as it is in the realm of something physical.
Even if it goes away, I'm having so much fun watching Jordan Walker have so much fun.
Yes. Oh my goodness, isn't that great? I mean, I just think, and there's more down the road. As he develops into more of a presence, I don't think he has to be Wilson Contreras and fight every pitcher in baseball, which is going on, by the way, right now with the Red Sox. If folks aren't tuned into that, I mean, that's a story going on right now. He's ready to fight the entire Brewers pitching staff in Boston. But I don't think you have to be that tough guy. And I don't, but I'd like to see a little more of that in Jordan Walker. And I think if he gets, the more his confidence grows and the more he realizes, hey, I'm a lot bigger and stronger than everybody on this field, and I'm going to stand here and act like it. I just think that's kind of a whole nother level for him.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch, and what he's doing will sustain if he can keep doing it. Like what he's doing is the path. It's better pitches that he's swinging at. I mean, the whatever swing tweaks, I think those were all relatively minor. I mean, you can see some slight differences, but it's more about what pitches he's actually swinging at.
And I think the more you talk about swing path and launch angle and all that stuff, that's the wrong conversation. I agree with you. It's seeing the ball and hitting it, which is the old school way of how do you hit. You see the ball and you hit it. And I think he's seeing the ball better. His chase rate has gone in half from what it was last year. It was 34%. It's 16%, and which is, very good. And I mean, that's what we're seeing. I think collectively, all of us are seeing.
Yeah,
he's not chasing that slider down the way. Then he gets a fastball middle way and he hits it into the bleachers and right.
Last year, his chase rate was in the bottom 15% in baseball. And right now it's in the top 73%. That is a big change.
That's a change. And that has nothing to do with launch angle and swing and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it really doesn't. It's just a matter of him understanding the strike zone better and seeing the ball better and picking the right pitch. Tommy Herr used to say, every at-bat you're going to get one pitch to hit. You better hit that one. The pitcher can't, a pitcher, you're going to have to give him a couple. If he's going to give you one, you better be ready for it.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Have a great game. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
All right. Great to chat with you guys, as always.
Cardinals fans, this is Ricky Horton. Have you ever had a dream of meeting your favorite former Cardinals? You can make those dreams come true all season long with St. Louis Cardinals alumni experiences. You can join me and other former Cardinals players at events including Cardinals Conversations, Fans at Bat, Turn 2 with Ozzy, Cardinals Kids Clinics, and Cardinals Fantasy Camps. Don't miss your chance to make lifelong memories. Visit cardinals.com/alumni for more information.
If you're craving baseball conversations about your favorite players, alumni, and franchise memories, you'll love that Cardinals Magazine is dedicated to the stories that matter most to you. From Gold Gloves to championship rings, from the Wizard and Willie to Albert, Yachty, Uncle Charlie, and well beyond. Their careers define our pages. Treat yourself or a friend to a subscription today at cardinals.com/magazine. Cardinals Magazine, past, present, and future, it's all here.
Tell you guys about my buddy, Dr. Corey Solman. He is an orthopedic surgeon. He's a Midwest orthopedic and spine specialist. I've known Corey, almost the whole time I've been on the air. He is just the greatest guy. I do lives, of course, for other physicians. I talk about Dr. Matt Bays with Bays Sports Medicine, and Corey and Matt know each other, and they will send patients back and forth. If Matt sees someone and he thinks, you know what, you're a good candidate for surgery, he will send them over to Corey Solman. So, it's kind of common sense. If someone you care about is injured and it's pretty bad, and you want to get an opinion from an orthopedic surgeon, Corey's the guy. If you want to go see Corey first, if it's sufficiently bad and you think, oh, I'm just going to go right past everyone else and go straight to the surgeon, go see Corey. But it doesn't have to be at that level. He usually doesn't do surgeries. Does that make sense? If he gets 100 cases in, I'm kind of making this up. He may do surgery on half of them, but he does not have a reputation as a cutter. He's going to do what is best for you guys. He's out in Chesterfield, 636-231-5881 or SolmanOrthopedics.com.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Artistic Decks.
Cool times going through the afternoon, all thanks to the northwest flow opening up again, though it's a short visit. A mix of clouds and sunshine, 54 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 41. Wednesday, sunny, breezy. Now, it will be a chilly start Wednesday morning, but a fast warm-up late morning through the afternoon, 73 for the high. 54 Wednesday night. Thursday, sunny, up to 77. Thursday afternoon, some scattered showers and thunderstorms, that springtime pattern for Friday and over the weekend. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Ready to hit a home run with your backyard? Call Artistic Decks. We're celebrating 25 years of A-plus service with massive rollback pricing. Get a professional custom-built deck for less. Hit it out of the park with Artistic Decks. Call 314-280-0821 today.
Taking care of your health should be simple. And with the Neovitin monthly subscription, it finally is. Choose your doctor-formulated multivitamin and we'll deliver it straight to your door every month. No more running out. No more remembering to reorder, just consistent nutrition made easy. Plus, subscribers save 10% every month and can pause or cancel at any time. Visit neovitin.com and start your subscription today. Neovitin, trusted nutrition every day.
Hear me out on this. Let's say, for the sake of argument, you do have a wife or a significant other. Yeah. There's just a huge problem in your life. And then you win a giant jackpot. Mm-hmm. Don't you feel like this is your opportunity to just leave town?
You're not going to file papers now, because now you're going to be legally bound to this lady.
That's what you get the lawyer for.
You're not even married and you're fantasizing about leaving your wife.
The Chris and Amy Show, weekdays starting at 9 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
If every time you have people over, you're embarrassed about your bathroom, it is the perfect time to plan ahead for a spring installation of a new bathroom. At Michael's Bath, they specialize in beautiful, safe bathroom remodels, from tub to shower conversions to full renovations, including the paint and electrical work. Family owned and locally owned, michaelsbath.com. You can plan now for a spring install and ask about financing options, including 0% interest upon approval. michaelsbath.com.
What if every time you spent money, you saved money too? With Achieve It Checking from Together Credit Union, you can do just that. Every debit card purchase is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and the spare change goes right into your savings. And here's the best part. Together Credit Union boosts your progress by matching qualifying savings up to $8 a month. It's a free checking account that helps you achieve more automatically. Learn more, or better yet, enroll today at togethercu.org. Together Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Tonight,
the Cards, the Nationals.
Cameron Total Access 450. First pitch 545.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DJS on KMOX. Attorney Brad Young joins us. Hey, Brad.
Hey, Dave.
So we're going to get to your very interesting cases, but let's start out with the big story of the day, which, of course, is politics. I don't even call it that, but Donald Trump putting out that Truth Social, saying in essence that the entire Iranian civilization will be wiped out tonight. You don't want to do it, but it's going to happen, and, praise Allah and all this stuff. Like, just what do you make of this latest?
Well, you've heard me say many, many times that I try not to place too much emphasis on what Trump says because he says everything on both sides of issues. And you've also heard me say for the last month and a half that I'm generally in support of the Iranian war effort because of the issues that arise because of the potential for nuclear weapons with Iran. Having said all of that, what he's describing now can be described as genocide. When you're going to wipe out an entire civilization, if those words are true, then that amounts to genocide. It could also amount to problems with the Geneva Convention in terms of harming civilians that have nothing to do with the war effort. So, yeah, these comments trouble me. I understand he's saying those in order to create leverage to get Iran to act. But if he has to follow through on those statements that he's made over the last week or so, to me, those could easily amount to war crimes. And this is coming from a guy who has been supporting the Iranian war effort since day one.
Is there a difference legally, Brad, between that type of rhetoric from an elected official, specifically a president, probably more important than any other, than me saying to someone, if you don't do this, I'm going to kill you? Like, are they legally similar, or is it just different because it's international affairs versus
correct,
human interaction?
Correct. And even though I said that those comments about war crimes and so forth, those only effectively apply if you leave the country. I mean, the world court has no jurisdiction within the United States.
Right. They can't just come here and arrest you. Right.
They can't. They cannot. Right. So that's the big difference. He could say literally whatever he wants. He could do literally whatever he wants. And as long as he stays within the United States, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant what international courts or tribunals say. They have no jurisdiction or enforcement capabilities within the United States.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I'm sure it's the same anywhere else, right?
That's correct. I mean, some countries,
except when we go get people, sometimes we go get people. That's different.
Well, we do. I mean, we go down to Venezuela, but
to
some extent, the old saying, what is it? Might makes right.
Those who have the gold make the rules.
There is a lot of truth to that. I'm not going to dispute that. But in this instance, while you can use that rhetoric and say that's not the kind of rhetoric we should be using, effectively, there's no legal enforcement mechanism to make him stop saying or doing anything.
Brad, the only thing I would push back on, and I'm not sure you're saying this, but it kind of smacks of this, is, well, he's cuckoo and he says a bunch of crazy stuff. I don't think that's a reason to give him a pass in any way.
No, I'm not giving him a pass. I mean, you should hear me at home over the last several days. I cringe anytime a president uses vulgarity in public. I don't like it. It's not presidential. What he says, the president's words have meaning. So I'm not suggesting that we give him a pass. What I'm suggesting is saying we're going to wipe out your civilization is different than actually wiping out your civilization. And simply stating something does have a difference than actually doing it. It's a different degree It doesn't mean that one you can be absolved for saying it, but it does mean that actions have greater weight than simply words.
Brad, everyone listening knows that the 25th Amendment is not going to be invoked. But do you is that because he has a cabinet full of bootlickers? Do you think that if he had his cabinet from his first administration, that you would be supportive, like, yeah, he's off the reservation? Or do you think that his shenanigans don't reach your standard for the 25th Amendment?
Every president since Abraham Lincoln has had a cabinet of bootlickers. All right. This is not anything different. Does Trump have that cabinet? Yes, he does. But so do most cabinets, because the presidents pick them. And generally speaking, after Lincoln, most presidents pick people for their cabinet that supports them wholeheartedly. So that's a flaw in the 25th Amendment, because the cabinet, under no circumstances, is an objective measure of the president's sanity. That's why I think the 25th Amendment is flawed. Having said that, I think the 14th Amendment's flawed too, but you have what you have, and you got to play the cards you got. So until it gets changed, there's no chance that Trump, or there was no chance that Biden could have been removed from office.
Let's talk about a couple of your cases. DOJ joins Missouri's Attorney General suit over diversity rule at State High School Sports Association.
Yeah, and this is something that even impacted me, at least for when my daughter was rowing in high school. There's something called MSHA. It's the Missouri State High School Activities Association. It's a private nonprofit agency. It's not a government agency, but the rules within MSHA says that two of their board members have to be someone who represents people of color or underrepresented gender. And so this was literally a non-issue until last year, when a superintendent, a white male, says he was blocked from running for one of those board seats because he's a white and he's male. And so now there's a legal issue on this. And literally the entire legal issue, I see it, comes down to one issue and one issue only. And that is, even though MSHA is a private organization, does it act like a government agency? If it regulates government activities, even though it's a private organization like the Federal Reserve, okay, if it regulates federal activity and then it acts like an agency, then it's bound by the same rules that say you cannot make determinations on the basis of sex or gender. That's what discrimination means, and it would apply here. That's the entire case in a nutshell.
Missouri's AI regulations stall as lawmakers fear loss of rural broadband funds.
Yeah, this gets to a much bigger issue, and to try to summarize it quickly, there's a bill pending right now in the Senate that would make some I think quality changes to AI laws in Missouri. Some of them are ridiculous in this bill, like you can't marry an AI can't be a person. Okay, that's not really all that relevant. But there are some things in there in terms of assigning liability if someone does something with AI and then tries to blame it on AI, like the old Flip Wilson line, the devil made me do it, right? Well, you can't say AI made me do it, so I lose liability. That's a valid statute in Missouri that could be beneficial. But the Trump administration's threatening to cut federal funding for rural broadband access if states do too much to put guardrails around AI, because the administration sees this as a federal issue, not a state issue. So that's really where we are. And if the federal government threatens to withhold funds in one area because of something in an unrelated area, courts have ruled that's invalid. They can't do it. But if this prevents lawmakers in Missouri from doing anything positive to assign liability to developers or companies that use AI out of the fear of retribution, there really can't even be a legal action for that. And we would be the losers.
Can I share a little inside baseball about the Brad Young segments? Andrew sends me the stories, and there's little pictures, there you go. They're the stories. And with a little description that I always read. I've never done it without panicking that I have forgotten how to read. It's like having the yips in baseball.
Yeah.
I swear to you, every time I'm like, Missouri AI regulations, I just like, I just know that I have forgotten how to read.
Just sound it out.
Yeah. Thank you, Brad. You're the best, man.
My pleasure, guys.
You ever do that? Something like that?
All the time.
Do you?
There's always something where you're like, wait, what?
Yes.
I do this. I got to remember how to breathe.
Want to go to break?
Yeah.
Do I owe you something?
No, it's just
Okay.
a little.
Just a high five.
Yeah. We're
High
good.
five.
Inflation is squeezing budgets, and global events can shake markets overnight. If you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs. So this is not the time for, I hope it works out. That's why Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group are hosting an upcoming educational seminar called Retirement Simplified, April 14th and 16th at Bartolino's Twin Oaks. You'll learn how rising costs could drain your spending power, how political and economic headlines can impact your returns, dealing with issues like taxes, outliving your money, and long-term care. Find out if your retirement strategy is truly stress tested for today's economy. 636-230-8824 or at yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. The All Financial Group is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the U.S. government or any other government agency.
Get ready to laugh out loud, St. Louis. The outrageous Broadway hit Spamalot is riding into the fabulous Fox Theater May 5th through the 17th. From the twisted minds of Monty Python, this Tony Award-winning musical brings you killer rabbits, dancing knights, and non-stop hilarity. It's the legend of King Arthur like you've never seen it before. More information can be found at KMOX.com/events.
The spring cleaning rush at Zero Res. This week's flash sale, $50 per room of carpet clean for unlimited rooms and whole system air duct cleaning for just $599. Visit ZeroResSTL.com to book your appointment. That's ZeroResSTL.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Straight Realty has always been an industry leader when it comes to commissions, so it should come as no surprise that the recent Realtor settlement has only empowered us to continue offering our sellers even better rates. We now list homes for only 2%. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Call me 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Your garage door is always there for you, rain or shine. Are you taking your garage door for granted? Is it screeching and whining for attention? Trust Overhead Door Company of St. Louis to keep your garage door reliable. Maybe the old weather stripping needs replaced to keep out the cold and hot air. Call Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Trusted here since 1926. For same-day service, call 314-781-5200 and schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
$247 DGS. I was just saying to Wheeler on the break, I don't feel sorry for flat earthers because they're dumbass going to do what they're going to do. But I feel bad for them because they're really missing out on some incredible stuff. Like just seeing these views of the moon.
Well,
and
the appreciation for the achievement.
Yeah, the perspective and just the whole, like, I mean, I've seen this a gazillion times, but someone on TikTok did the thing where they took the shot of the Earth where it's looking tiny. And they're like, think about that. Everything that you've ever known, all of your problems and anxieties and wars and this and that, and it's all right there on that tiny little speck of dirt. It's just nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. What? I really do wish we lived in a time where it was as simple as, oh, are you guys that don't think it's round? Here, jump in the spaceship. We're going to take you in orbit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to keep talking about the flat earthers, but do they believe that our flat earth is like the only thing that exists?
That's a great question.
I don't think so.
So they think there is space.
But that somehow we're contained, which is why we have oxygen and an atmosphere, because there's a dome over us.
Like a snow globe.
Right.
Yeah. And there's a
Okay.
big like wall, right? Like a big wall in
All the way
Antarctica.
around.
Right.
Yeah,
but
all
we're-
the way around,
But we're
yeah.
sitting in space.
Yes, we are in.
Yes.
We are
According
in the
to them.
universe space. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
Because it almost makes more
That's a
sense.
good question.
It almost makes more sense if they're thinking of it through like a main character.
Like
syndrome
nothing
thing.
exists outside of
Yeah,
our planet.
like it's a very like human centric.
We're sitting on God's coffee table.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Andrew, what's your beef with Quick Trip?
Oh, well, here's the problem. And you know this, Kevin. You know this better than any of us, but far better than I. There are 2 Quick Trips in this country, and we have the worst one here.
What do you mean?
Up north, up in the northern place, up Detroit way, I'm guessing as well, probably. They have a whole nother Quick Trip, KWIK.
Oh, different one. Okay.
And it's great. It's awesome.
How's it better?
They have really, really good food. Really good like fried chicken that I tried. Kevin, am I telling lies here?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't seem as enamored.
Yeah, he doesn't
with,
seem into it.
I don't. I've been to it. I think maybe once or twice, but I didn't.
Well,
really
you must
clock
not
it.
have had the chicken.
I didn't clock it as being any different or better than the QT that we know.
You know what? That's my bad for thinking he'd be able to participate in this. Anyway, even though it's from the state that he's from,
It's what?
it's from that part of the country. It's from up north,
Which state am I from?
Michigan.
There's no Quick Trip with a K in Michigan that I've ever
There
seen.
Absolutely.
I have never seen one there, and I lived there for my first 18 years, and I'm back there all the time. I've literally never seen one. I'm not saying it doesn't exist there. Maybe it's out west. Maybe it's in a different part of the state. I have never seen one in the Detroit metropolitan area.
Anyway, it's way better than Quick Trip with a Q.
I can't imagine how it would be better.
It was the one I went to was like paradise. I was in there for like 20 minutes because I was like,
Is this all about the chicken?
Browsing all the food. No, the soda was really good. It was just like a big place. It
I'm
had all
surprised
sorts
both
of,
are
like,
allowed
really
to
effective-
exist.
I also found it strange that there was another place called Quick. I mean, they're spelled completely different, so I
Yeah.
guess it's
Still, you're going to pronounce it like going to the Quick Trip.
it's Quick Trip. Yeah, it's definitely pronounced Quick Trip.
It's so funny we're talking about this because I randomly remembered earlier today. I don't think they have. I don't think they show you the total, or how do I put this? They don't tell you what the change is on the computer at Quick Trip. If you're paying with cash, they do that math in their head. And they do it that way because that's apparently quicker than typing it into the computer and all of that.
Andrew, I'm looking at a map of all of the Quick Trips. They're only in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and looks like lower Canada, and in Canada, north of Minnesota.
I found at least 3 in Michigan.
There are none in Michigan. I'm looking at their website right now.
I Googled Quick Trip Michigan, and there are 3 locations
With the
that
K,
have
the
popped up.
KWIK.
KWIK, brother. There's actually,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I have found
It's not there. I'm looking at a map of all of their things, dude.
there is several dozen
Where?
in MI. Is that not Michigan?
You're thinking at WI, like Wisconsin?
No, I'm thinking of MI.
Yeah, I'm looking at their
Jerk.
website, Andrew. There's not a single one in the state of Michigan.
Rach, we live with a divorcing couple.
I
I'm just
know,
like,
I'm
but like,
so
what are you even
uncomfortable.
looking at? I'm on the Quick Trip, the KWIK Quick Trip, and there's not a single flag over anything in anywhere but Northern Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Quick Trip is a chain of convenience stores founded in 1965 that has locations throughout Wisconsin, Minnesota, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Okay, the
under
Upper
the name
Peninsula.
Quick Trip.
The Upper Peninsula. That's Wisconsin, dude. The UP
Dude, this
is
is
Wisconsin
awesome.
and Canada. That's not
He
Michigan.
launches those goalposts.
No, I actually love this because it's
like
like
a friggin'
this
javelin.
is spoken like a true like Michigan person. He's like, that's not even Michigan, that's Wisconsin.
Yeah, maybe they used to be there. There's not a single flag on their website in the UP. Not one.
The UP.
They're all in Wisconsin, Iowa, and Minneapolis. They're all there.
The UP. Here
you go, Andrew. I'm going to
That's what
send
they
you a
call it.
screenshot. Yes, that's what it's called by people who live in Michigan.
I would be so excited to send you
Andrew,
this.
just tell
equal-
Wheeler how to get to where you are, so he can look at what you're looking at.
Oh, just Google Quick Trip Michigan.
All right, do that.
I mean, I'm on their website for
Just do it. Just
Well, anyway, Dave, don't you think that's amazing that they do that math in their head? So that's why when you pay with cash, they always tell you the amount back to you. So they're like counting the change twice. I
Glenn
just think it's
Bertle
cool.
says UP is Michigan.
No kidding, Glenn. For God's sake.
Oh, man.
It was a joke.
I get what you're saying, Wheels.
He threw,
I'm
he
gonna
threw
tell
that
you-
Speaking as a
goalpost
neighbor.
like
What
a
I'm gonna te-
javelin,
what
and
I'm
it
gonna tell
speared
you-
right through Glenn
Well,
Bertle's
here's
chest.
Andrew. Like, here, guy from Detroit. You must know everything that exists everywhere in Michigan, which is nonsense. Like, you don't know what's going on in the boot heel of Missouri any more than I would know what's going on in the UP of Michigan.
Not at all. I'm not from Missouri.
I have.
Oh, for God's
I
sake.
have never yelled at someone like that in my life.
Get the hell out of here, dude.
In 61 years, I've never yelled at someone like that.
This is why he has to move the goalpost, because when he
There's no
loses an-
goalpost moving. You're like,
When
you
he
should
mo-
know these in Michigan. And what did I say?
when he
I've
loses an
never seen
argument,
one.
he gets so mad.
What did I say,
It's a
Andrew? I've
weird-
never seen one, and I grew up in Michigan. I've never seen one.
Andrew seems to be upset that Wheels doesn't have his back, but Wheels doesn't go to this gas station.
I've never seen it.
So
I
then
think I
now
might
we're
have
in this
seen one
huge
driving
fight.
through Iowa at
Well,
one point.
the fight did actually, the goalpost did actually have to move, because then the fight became about, are there even any in Michigan? And the answer is yes.
On their website,
On
there
the
are no
UP.
references to it. But secondly, I simply said I've never seen one. And you're like, how? Michigan's huge, dude.
I was surprised. It's a northern gas station.
I don't like this.
The North. What are we in, Game of Thrones? The North is big, dude. It's not like one little spot where everything's the same. It's like, that one place is in the South. Really? Where in the South? Because the South is big.
Please stop yelling.
No. You're being weird again.
All I gotta say is I don't like
Just
the,
going to cackle at it like it's actually funny that you're talking nonsense.
I don't like the local QT slander going on the show and in the stream. I love QT. I think it's a wonderful organization.
You guys woke the stream up.
Why would anybody be mad at QT, like the local one?
Blake says
I said it's not as good
it's
as-
bad.
What's bad about it?
He says the food is bad, which I disagree
Well,
with.
don't get your food at a gas station then.
Well, that's wrong. I mean, the food is good.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's not gourmet, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's solid. Like if you need a little snack, they've got you covered.
The breakfast stuff's pretty good.
Agreed. Dave.
Yeah.
Save us.
I might go home. I don't know. I don't think.
Not yet. I'm going to go show you where the UP is compared to where I lived.
I know where you live.
KB says, "Oh my God, stop the childish argument about gas stations. Someone needs a cookie or a timeout."
Well, A, I'll take a cookie. B, we get yelled at no matter what we talk about. So
I'll take either or both of those.
you're
things.
talking too much sports. You're talking too much stuff. Come on, man. What can we talk about?
Mess them up.
Oh man, I still have that Brad Young is up on the stream. I got to take that down. He doesn't want to be associated with this.
I think this is a bunch of store numbers for Quick Trips that are in.
That's great.
Michigan.
In the UP, great.
Yeah, the UP is
Where
not
8
what we're
people
talking
live.
about, bro.
Glenn Bertle
I've
says
never
that's
even been.
Michigan.
I've never
He's
even
never even been. He's
I've
never
never
even been to
the
Mackinac
UP.
Island.
I've never been to the UP.
Nobody goes up there.
I did know a Uper in college, though.
You know who loves UP?
Who's that?
Charles D'Angelo.
Really?
Oh my God.
I'm not even joking. I hear it's amazing up there. I just never been.
Just loves it. We have a couple of people who are going to be with us on the show in the 4 o'clock hour, Adam and Kathy. We had Ben and Lisa about 6 weeks ago, and I thought it was very interesting. Just very interesting human interest stuff. Charles has a decades-long history, resume, results of helping literally thousands of people lose weight. 300 pounds, Lisa, 175 pounds. But there are a lot of people too who just want to lose like 40 or 50, and that's just as important, right? I mean, whatever it is that you're going through is just as important to you. So how does he do it? Charles will tell you very upfront and honestly that the nuts and bolts of it, you can Google, right? I mean, he'll tell you exactly what to eat, when to eat it, when to exercise, how to exercise, and he will personally, one-on-one, keep you honest, keep you going, keep you losing weight, and then something magical happens. Whether it's 5 pounds or 50 pounds, you lose a certain amount of weight, and you're like, oh my God, now I'm completely motivated. So if you want to stop the yo-yo dieting and going from Atkins to intermittent fasting, just reach out to Charles at charlesdangelo.com.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Take advantage of our Mother's Day sale, which starts now. It's our best deal of the year. Save up to 60% off. Visit legacybox.com/radio and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/radio for 60% off. Legacybox.com/radio.
All right, guys, if you're looking to get ahead on fitness goals right about now, you're heading into the spring and the summer and you've been waiting for whatever reason. I mean, look, we all go through it. I've ridden the roller coaster over the years. Go to Supplement Superstores. Ask them about the Burn Balance Complex. So it's Burn Balance Edge for the guys, Burn Balance Zen for the women. It's a very simple thing, okay? It is not a fat burner. It's way more than that. It's a complete metabolism system. Most of us have a metabolism that is not operating at optimal levels. It's just research shows it for whatever reason. It can be diet related. It can be that we're not active enough. Well, what the Burn Balance Complex does is it gets that working the way that it's supposed to, right? You take your car in for tune-ups, right? It's the same idea. You want to function the way that you should. And what I've noticed, and again, this is still pretty new, but what I've noticed with the Burn Balance Complex is the same benefits that I've always gotten from Supplement Superstores, but everything's ramped up a little bit, right? So you feel the shirt fitting a little bit better. The belt comes a little bit tighter there because your metabolism, you're burning calories. Plus, reduced stress comes along with the reduced cortisol levels. It's good for better sleep and a calmer mood. All day focused energy with no jitters. It's not like the energy drinks where you got to come down from them. And you get the appetite and craving control. So nothing is automatic. This is not a magic pill. They would never sell you that. I would never sell you that. You need to do the work. But this is a great assistant to help you make better decisions and reach your goals. So the best way to take advantage is to go to Supplement Superstores. Say, I heard Kevin Wheeler talking about this on KMOX. They'll knock 30% off the Burn Balance Complex, and you can find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3:01, we have clouds and 53 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Aquino. Our top story, President Trump issuing fresh threats against Iran ahead of his 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock our time deadline. Meanwhile, Iranians are preparing for the U.S. and Israel to start bombing power plants and bridges. CBS's Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
Republican Senator Ron Johnson said he hopes the president's words are just bluster.
I do not want to see us start blowing up civilian infrastructure. I do not want to see that. We are not at war with the Iranian people.
Israel says it's already carrying out strikes on Iranian railways and bridges that it says are used by the Revolutionary Guard.
Iran's envoy says Tehran will take immediate and appropriate action if President Trump follows through on his attack threats. Now, CNN is reporting the Pakistani prime minister is asking President Trump for a 2-week extension. A woman who sold actor Matthew Perry the drug ketamine that killed him is set to be sentenced tomorrow. Jasmine Sanya is among 5 people who have pleaded guilty, but she is the only one whose plea agreement included admitting a direct role in his death. Former federal prosecutor and law professor Lori Levinson provides some context on this case.
Individuals such as this defendant who provided it took advantage of his depression to keep providing him more and more of the drugs until it led to his death. So I think that will be an aggravating factor at the sentencing.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt's name has emerged for a key cabinet position in Washington, D.C.
Schmidt's name is being brought up as a possibility to fill the nation's attorney general position. Last week, President Trump fired U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, leaving the top job open. National media reports have put Schmidt's name on the list. Schmidt, a close Trump ally, served as Missouri Attorney General before being elected to his current position. MissouriNet contacted Schmidt's office last week to ask if he's in the running and whether he wants the job. No response yet from his office. Elisa Nelson, MissouriNet.
And at 3:03, it is time for an update of the St. Louis Business Index. Here's Stifel Senior Vice President for Investments, Scott Bedell. Good afternoon, Scott.
Good afternoon, Maria. Hello, everyone. Nervousness surrounding the U.S. deadline for Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz kept many buyers on the sideline in today's trade. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished lower by 85 points, or just about 0.2%, to 46,584. The Standard & Poor's 500 index gained 5 points, closing at 6,616, while the NASDAQ Composite Index gained 0.1% at 22,017. The Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index just about unchanged today at 1,627. Checking on some stocks of local interest, Amdocs gained 0.6% at $66.42. Stifel Financial also up 0.6% to $73.60. Centene rose 2.5% at $36.30. On the downside, ESCO Technology fell 0.75% at $291.33. Edgewell Personal Care lost 2.75%. They finish at $20.72. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stifel.com.
A check of traffic for southbound 270 drivers just right about at Dorset. It looks like the two right lanes are blocked by an accident. Eastbound 70 before Grand, watch out, left shoulder, a stalled vehicle. Eastbound 44 before 141, the left lane is closed there, and that's due to an accident. Westbound 44 before Murdoch, the right shoulder being blocked there. That's also by a stalled vehicle. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, Dave Murray has our forecast.
The northwest flow with a mix of clouds and sunshine going through our Tuesday afternoon. This will be the coolest of the week. 54 for the high tonight. Partly cloudy skies. Obviously, kind of a chilly evening. 41 for the overnight low. Wednesday, sunny, breezy, chilly start. Warmer in the afternoon. Wednesday, 73. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, 54, and Thursday, sunny, the high 77 Thursday afternoon. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms around Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Thank you, Dave. 53 degrees right now in St. Peter's, 53 in Florissant, and downtown of the Arch, we have 53 degrees. I'm Maria Kina, in for Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Tuesday. A few minutes past 3 p.m. Going to do a little DGS happy hour here. I'm going to start because I'm going to talk about some inside the show stuff. And I'm going to start with the Kevin and Andrew fight. And here's what I think is interesting about it through my eyes. I hate fighting. I hate to fight. And I hate to watch people fight. It just makes me nervous and uncomfortable. And if it's happening on television, even if it's scripted and it's actors, I will many times turn the channel. I can't take fighting. But God help me. I love when these two fight.
It's because it's always about dumb things.
Yeah, it's pretty inconsequential.
It's always the dumbest stuff we fight about.
But you fight like, I'm not kidding you.
The stakes could not be lower.
I'm 61. I've never yelled at a human the way that Wheels was yelling at you. I've been divorced before.
It's about a thing that just doesn't even matter.
And I didn't yell like that. So that's the first thing. And then Amy, it's funny too, because DB said, for the love of God, stop fighting. And Dave Hines said, I love this so much, I hope it goes into the next segment.
We don't want to do that either.
And Amy said, does Kevin and Andrew, do they argue like this off the air? And I don't, not around us.
Yeah, maybe they do in private.
Sometimes.
It's a little bit in the office, but it's almost always just joking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all of it's joking. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
You just get in the
thing
moment
is,
and you're having fun with it.
Yeah, neither one of us enjoy letting things go. We want to
right.
We want to not let it go. But as Rachel pointed out, the stakes could not be
That's
lower.
right.
So it's never about like, should we have children or not? It's always
Wait, we're gonna have
about-
kids?
Yeah, it's an ongoing discussion.
Like SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yeah, that's a fight for another time. It's always a fight about like,
It's like, I'm not getting any younger.
which gas station is like a better gas station. And then I find out that he hasn't even been to one of the gas stations that I want him to give the opinion on. And then I'm like, what do you mean you've never been to that gas station?
So I've watched this now for a while.
I've been waiting to talk to this man about this gas station for like 6 freaking days.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but Andrew, your gun on your holster is the goalpost argument. That's what you go to.
Have you spoken to him?
No, I see it. And then your other gun, you got two guns.
Mm-hmm.
Your other gun is this one. Oh, I guess I'm just Hitler then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely like misqualifying what was just said.
I don't know about that.
It's always that next level. I have my own guns.
Yeah, do him next.
Yeah.
Okay,
fair?
I'll do him.
Mine is just get angrier and
That's not
louder. That's
I'll
me.
do him. But I'm not going to use words. This is just the way it would be if I didn't speak English. First of all, only the people on the stream are going to be able to see my face.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But here's what he does. So he's just doing his thing, not paying attention to the show, typing over here and doing stuff. Then like something in his brain tells him someone's challenging you. And he does this thing where it's literally like a frog. He'll lower his head and then lower his shoulders. And I know he's about to spring forward. And he just said this. He's like, and he's thinking about whether to respond or not. And I'm praying to my own personal God that he does. And then he just does this.
That sounds about right.
And then Andrew sits back and crosses his arms coquettishly. And he's like, oh, then I guess we're just moving the goalpost.
This is the most accurate retelling I've ever heard.
And I just love it. I just want him to keep going.
There's also inevitably a moment in there where Dave and I will catch each other's eye and just be like,
And you guys are like, these idiots are doing it again.
like,
Yes.
here we go.
Yes. If Rachel and I fought like that, we would be coming across the desk at each other.
Yeah.
You would just never speak again.
It would be like a real fight.
It's like it's
Yeah.
over. We're not friends anymore.
And you guys are
just for sport.
you're like monkeys. You're just
I
beating
have-
on each other and throwing poop. Then you're like,
I have
Hang out
a
and
little.
play video games.
Here's what I'll confess. I have a little more Wheeler in me than I would like to admit. Right.
kinda
I have.
Easy.
No, if I make that joke, you guys will say I'm going too far. Okay.
make it.
I'm gonna make a joke about where you think the kids are coming from, but then it's going too far. No, I have a little more Wheeler in me than I'd like to admit, in that I also will get the same kind of like, I think the kids call them like cortisol spikes or whatever is what Gen Z calls it, where I have a little bit too much of the in me too, where I want to jump on it as well.
Do you do that with Megan?
Nah. I don't really do it with anybody except Kevin.
We're just a good match.
Because I think I used to do it a lot more with people, and I think that it like upset people and drove people away from me. So I stopped doing it. But then, like, you know, when you find someone that you can, it's sort of like how I'm not super mean to a lot of people, but I'm really mean to like Chris Ranji. Because you suppress that bad part of yourself, but then when you meet somebody that can like take it and accept it and reciprocate it, you're like, oh, sweet. I can take the weights
Now
off.
I can let it all out.
Yeah, I can take the weights. I can take the trainer weights off.
Some of the stuff he says to Chris, though, I'm like, you have got to chill.
No, Ranji's is bad. He's every bit as bad.
Ranji's every bit as bad, but I also, I really say some things that I regret to Chris.
Like, for
No, I
example-
know.
No,
They
we can't
can't.
talk about it on
you
here.
couldn't.
They can't be said.
Put it this way: they
'Cause
could be
it's dirty. Like, what's the
no.
genre?
If it was misunderstood, it could be seen as an HR problem.
I could go to prison for some of the things I've said to Chris.
And the same for him. What he said to you.
How does
One
he
time,
take it?
one time,
Oh, he's got another line ready.
one time Chris was, and this is something, I mean, I'll just say it like this. It's not really an HR thing. One time Chris was on, he was like on a train to Chicago or something. And I was trying to convince him that one of the women that we work with had a crush on him, which is not true. I just completely made it up whole cloth. And so I was texting him about this, and he's like, you don't really think so. And I was like, no, I totally do. No, she won't stop talking about you, man. And that was a completely made up whole cloth. I just wanted to be able to upset him when I was like, nah, I'm lying.
Yeah, it gets a little.
It's
There
very,
are times he tells me what he says to Chris, and I'm like, whoa.
it's very personal.
Yeah.
But again, I want to be clear. Like Ranji does the exact same
Yes.
thing.
Ranji
Yes.
gets like physical with it. Ranji will like walk up to me with a shaken up soda can and like open it in my face.
Joel says, hold up. There are Quick Star gas stations owned by Quick Trip with a K. Has Wheeler ever seen one of those?
No.
Now I also
I have. I'm not saying they don't exist.
I
I'm
also
saying
fake-
I've not
fake.
seen them.
No, I remarked on this. I passed a bunch of, because there's Quick Trip with the KWIK, and then as you start to get like south of Minnesota and like into Iowa, they become Quick Stars, and I thought that they were two completely different things.
Oh.
And I'm like, is every gas station in this country just named some variation of the same thing?
Well, they had one in Iowa that's got a really unfortunate name, and I don't really want to say it.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't want to say it.
Does it also start with a K?
Yes.
But it exists.
Yeah, I know. It's a joke.
Can you spell it? I'm curious. I don't think I saw any of these.
I don't think we
I don't
should
know.
spell it. I think it's worse to
I was
spell
gonna say,
it.
I think it's not. I think the spelling is what makes it worse than
Yes.
just the way it sounds when you say it.
Okay.
Don't spell it then.
I'm gonna look up unfortunately
it's called-
named unfortunately named Iowa.
The name of it, I'm not gonna spell it, but the name of it is Come and Go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
okay,
it's
yeah. I've seen that.
spelled in a very
silly.
unfortunate way.
Yeah.
That
And
leads to a lot of people making jokes.
And sure enough, when you look up unfortunately named Iowa gas station, that is just
Yeah.
what comes up.
Yeah.
Because everybody jokes about it.
I buy my daughter a Come and Go hoodie every Christmas. Yeah.
And by the way, it also has quality foods and drinks. It's fine.
Do
It's
they have
just
like a
weird
new
name.
line that comes out every year?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
As far as good food at the gas station goes, underrated the food at Casey's.
Oh
yeah.
And it's not just the pizza slices. They have the good like potato products. They have good chicken products.
I had some chicken
I
tenders.
like the fountain soda at a Casey's as well.
I had some
I'm
chicken tenders and a
still
fountain soda
mad
on the road.
At that mofo who works at Casey's in South Roxana because my mom loved the chicken nuggets
Mm-hmm.
and I ordered them and he goes, yeah, we don't have any chicken nuggets. And I'm like, I'm looking at him right there. He goes, oh, those are chicken tenders.
Yeah.
You fool.
I'm like,
I knew that's what he was
You
going to say.
absolute
we
idiot.
are in South Roxana. We are lucky our colons are on the inside of our bodies. Like, let's not mince words about nuggets and tenders. We need another Wally's trip.
Yes. I want to go.
I ordered badly there. I regret that.
What did you get again? You got like the
Yeah.
brisket sandwich, maybe?
Maybe.
No, the brisket sandwich is good.
You know, I have a video somewhere on my phone.
I got the wrong thing too. I don't remember what I got, but Wheeler, I think, got the right thing.
Dude, the smash burger is what I got
Yes.
that time. It's awesome. The fish sandwich is awesome. The chicken sandwich is awesome. Everything I've ever had there is awesome.
The burger is incredible,
Yeah.
and I did not do that because I didn't know it would be that good.
Yeah, it's super good.
I have a video here telling
The
everyone.
brisket sandwich is excellent. Like we specifically plan when we drive to Chicago and back, we specifically plan to hit Wally's for lunch.
Oh,
every
you
time.
got like a tots thing too, didn't you?
Yeah, the
Kevin?
tots are
Hold
great.
on. Let's look and hear what everybody got.
Cherry hand pie and Dubai chocolate.
Oh boy! All right, we got to look in the bag though. It'll be hard. So there's popcorn to go home. There's cookies to go home. There's a burger, potato thingies, and there's a cherry pie under there somewhere, man. So when you're here, you load up.
I did not. When I said I was going to get brisket dinner meal, I did not know a burger dinner meal. So when Kevin told me a burger, I got burger. And this is a Mountain Dew sausage.
You want to film me real quick?
Yeah, what did you get, Rach?
I spent $28 at Wally's.
Oh, you beat me.
I got a fountain soda. So sorry to these nice people walking by. Thanks. I got 2 cookies. A lot of these are for take home later. So 2 cookies to take home. These rainbow belts to take home.
Oh, those are
Mini
good.
cinnamon rolls.
Hey, let's go. Look out, ghosts.
And then for dinner, I got the brisket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun.
I lost
Because
that one.
I did get the burger
Their
then because it was
cookies are
awesome.
really good.
Do you know that my Dubai chocolate disappeared during the Halloween show?
Really?
Really?
Yep.
The ghost took it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think it's Frankie.
One of the spirits was like,
Yeah, I was all
like, I'll take
excited,
that.
and I got back in the car, and I'm like, moo.
Can't wait to eat these on the way home.
I was so scared when we left that show.
Really?
I feel like I'm the only one that was.
No,
it's
it
a
was
spooky
scary
place.
because we were like way back in the country and we had to go down all those long, winding.
By the way, we've been
dark,
invited
spooky
to do a
roads.
Bigfoot hunt there.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
When we going?
What are we waiting on?
Let's leave now.
Let's go to Wally's.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Over 35 years, I've seen it all. Car crashes, work injuries, defective products, medical mistakes, lives flipped upside down in an instant. But I've also seen something else, the power of fighting back, the power of winning. Over $30 billion recovered and counting. Size matters, reputation matters, results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
I'm Anna Garcia, host of True Crime News, the podcast. Every week, we bring you in-depth coverage on cases making headlines, as well as those that go under the radar. Tune in for murders that defy explanation, mysteries seeking exploration, and shocking secrets that will leave you breathless. Each week, we honor the victims by going beyond the salacious in our search for justice. Crime never stops, and neither do we. Listen to True Crime News, available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at Amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Do you ever feel like people are mumbling more than they used to? Or maybe conversations at restaurants and family gatherings have gotten harder to follow? If this sounds familiar, it might be time to learn more about your hearing. That's why we're inviting you to a special lunch and learn at the Audiology Center. This event is on April 29th for various time slots. It's a relaxed and friendly gathering where our certified audiologists will talk about hearing and hearing loss, answer your questions, and share how today's hearing aids can help you connect with the moments that matter most. Hearing loss often happens slowly, and many people don't realize how much they're missing. It's important to know how untreated hearing loss can negatively affect you in the long term. It's a no-pressure event, just good conversation and good information, and lunch is on us. Seats are limited, so please call 636-441-7470 to reserve your spot for our free lunch and learn at the Audiology Center on April 29th. Take the first step towards hearing more clearly.
Working full-time but still falling behind? Learn how real estate education can help you build income and get ahead on your terms. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems, call me, Lance Drury in St. Louis at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, DRURY law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
One city, one voice. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
.324 DG. Ask Dave Murray coming up after the bottom of the hour. You know what makes me uncomfortable? Talking animals.
Like
in real life?
Yeah.
Like a parrot?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those birds that talk.
It's off-putting to me.
Really? Oh, they're so funny.
But what if the parrot was like, I get it?
Yeah, I don't like where it's heading. I don't like it.
But you have so many experiences with talking animals.
Do I?
You have a dog that talked to you while
Yes.
you were playing basketball?
Yes, he did.
You
Molly
have
the
a
guinea pig, second
Molly?
mention of the week.
Guinea pig that we are somehow talking about every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Want to do some fun facts?
Yes.
Star Wars droid R2-D2's name came from the sound editor Walter Murch during the post-production of George Lucas's 1973 movie American Graffiti, when Murch asked for a reel 2, dialogue track 2 as R2-D2. Lucas was in the room working on the script for Star Wars at the time, heard the request, asked him what it meant, and said, "This is going to be a great name."
He was
Kinda
right.
cool.
He was right because it's a perfect name, isn't it?
Pretty cool. The animals responsible for the most deaths in the U.S. are farm animals, insects, hornets, wasps, and dogs. Kind of surprised about the dogs. Even though the minions from the Despicable Me franchise speak a fictional language, they are still redubbed each language the films are released in so that the speech patterns are recognizable to the audience.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's really interesting.
There's a girl on TikTok who will cover popular songs as a minion, and I cannot get enough of it.
Interesting.
It is really good.
The longest surgery ever recorded was performed in 2001 by a team of 20 doctors. It took 103 hours to complete.
What in the heck?
They were separating 11-month-old twins who were conjoined at the head.
Oh.
It was a success.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Chia seeds can absorb up to 27 times their weight in water, and it's led to the hospitalization of at least one person. It's weird.
Do people eat that to like help lose weight?
I don't know. I
I'm
would have
gonna
heard
get
of
to
it.
Googling.
Yeah, I would have heard of it.
That's a good point.
Scientists say that ancient fish may have used their lungs to hear. That's just crazy.
Guess through like vibrations and such. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Guess so.
All right. Good job, fish.
Good job, fish.
You got one more for us?
Sure. Chick-fil-A fired an entire shift of workers after they posted a TikTok of them performing a choreographed chest-bouncing dance that Chick-fil-A doesn't approve of.
Oh, it was like too provocative.
Yes.
It's footloose. No dancing.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Your yard, your workday, your John Deere. At Side & Sugar Nobe Partners, get the mowing power you need with low financing options on John Deere Zero Turns. For a limited time, choose 0% financing for 36 months or 1.9% financing for 60 months on Z700, Z900, and Quick Track commercial mowers. Plus, get additional cash off select mowers. Side & Sugar Nobe, your partner for the land.
Offer valid through 6/1/2026. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
What if every time you spent money, you saved money too? With Achieve It Checking from Together Credit Union, you can do just that. Every debit card purchase is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and the spare change goes right into your savings. And here's the best part. Together Credit Union boosts your progress by matching qualifying savings up to $8 a month. It's a free checking account that helps you achieve more automatically. Learn more, or better yet, enroll today at togethercu.org. Together Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Last several weeks, we've been talking about all kinds of stuff. College basketball and football, hockey and baseball now. But FanDuel has your back with something a little different. A special Mulligan Bet Back token this week in golf. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction if you want. Backing someone to win it all? Go for it. You like someone for a top 5 finish? Lock that in with confidence, because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. FanDuel.com/Missouri to claim your special Mulligan Bet Back token. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we have a pretty good-sized jam right now, but they cleared the problem, so that's good news. It should keep improving. But southbound 270 right now is jammed north of Dorset, most of the way to Olive. We had a crash at Olive that was in the 2 left lanes, but they cleared it a few minutes ago, so traffic's getting back to normal. A lot of folks were taking southbound 141. It's jammed just south of Olive, all the way down to 64 right now, so you may as well stick with the interstate because it'll probably thin out more quickly than 141 would. Southbound 170, there's a couple of heavy spots. Olive down to 64. Westbound 64 from Kings Highway out through the Big Bend area toward Hanley, there's just a few slow spots. West of McKnight out to Lindbergh, it's a little busy. 364 out to 70. Eastbound 64, Maryville Center to 270 slow. That's also from a recently cleared crash. Westbound 44, you've got heavy pockets west of Jameson all the way out through Elm, and 44 both ways between 141 and Antire is busy. Eastbound, there was an incident there. Still a little bit of a jam at Antire proper on that side. Southbound 55, that's on the brakes. 44 all the way down to River to Pear. A solid jam, though, from Arsenal down through to almost Holly Hills, but again, it's busy the whole way through there. Eastbound 70 through Packers Avenue and eastbound 64 east of 255 midway to 159 slow. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
Pros, just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to.
Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at Lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
All hail Spamalot, the Tony Award-winning best musical comedy that will have you laughing your coconuts off. The Washington Post declares Monty Python's Spamalot is the funniest musical on Broadway. Entertainment Weekly calls it a hilarious fun fest. The Washington Post says it's unfair to laugh this much. Get your tickets now for the musical comedy event of the year, Spamalot, playing the Fabulous Fox May 5th through 17th. Tickets at fabulousfox.com.
Tonight, the Cards, the Nationals.
Cameron Total Access 450. First pitch 545.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by the Missouri Book Festival, April 18th in Washington, Missouri. Bring your family and friends out to the Missouri Book Festival on Saturday, April 18th in Washington, Missouri. You'll enjoy cooking demos, live theater, book talks, storytelling, and more featuring authors from Missouri and beyond. Visit MissouriBookFestival.com for details.
334 DGS. Dave Murray joins us courtesy of the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center. Hello, Dave.
Hello there.
Another gorgeous day.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
I don't know if did you guys watch the basketball game last night?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you caught it or not. I only know about it because Martin Kilcoyne sent me the video. Is that Janice Murray retired after 47 years of running cameras. For basketball games.
Wow.
Man.
I can't tell you how many people we heard from.
I was going to be like, is there a side hustle going there?
My brother goes, I was wondering what she was doing.
Are you both still doing work for that radio station out in Laguna, Dave?
Yes.
Very cool.
Janice does the news. It's a community radio station. It's all volunteer, and I do the weather for them.
That's cool.
That's wonderful.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
And thanks to Andrew. Andrew helped me make a tape for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet.
You had to audition?
No, not really, but they wanted to hear what I sounded like.
Gotcha.
They said, we don't know about this Murray guy.
All those years on TV, he might not be the real deal.
They had no idea who I was.
I put some calls in. I knew a couple people. I said, listen, give the kid a chance.
I mean, that's pretty cool that, I mean, you know, Dave, like you didn't get it because you're Dave Murray. It's like, hey, here's my stuff. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. What happened is that I didn't approach him for 5 years because I didn't really know the weather out here. I really wanted to study it for like 5 years. And there was some turmoil at the station, and there was some change in ownership starting to take place. And we had a tropical storm come towards us, which is very rare for this area. And I called up the general manager and I said, this thing's coming in a couple of days. This would be a good time to do the weather. And she said, it's a great time to do the weather. And that was it. That started it.
Yeah, very cool. Dave, I have a question for you. A few segments ago, Andrew and Wheels got into a big screenball fight. And the people online were, loving it or hating it. We were talking about it. Are you a fighter? Do you go toe-to-toe, say, with Janice or Don or someone at work, or are you more laid back?
I'm more laid back. However, especially at work, I learned very early on in my career, pick your battle. And you could be way more effective. Way more effective.
What if you pick them all?
I was just gonna say, Kevin and I
You're not very effective.
Kevin and I also pick our battles. We just pick all of them.
Yes.
All of them. We just
Our answer is always yes.
check every box.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, okay, guys, just complaining again. So,
Well, see, there's a
that
difference.
off.
We're just fighting each other.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
not
that's
complaining
probably
to
different.
superiors. That's a different thing.
It's not about like important stuff.
Yeah. We're like
It's
stepbrothers.
Not important stuff.
He's Nighthawk and I'm, I don't know, Batman.
Did you and your brother do this, Wheels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except back when we were kids, it was more punching than yelling.
Yeah. That's the way it was with me too.
Yeah. But then when we got older, then it was just yelling.
I've told
My
this
brother
story
and I are
before,
basically the same, man.
but it's been a long time. My brother Don's 3 years older than I am. So, I was a little brother coming up. And he, we got along great, except every once in a while he would come into my bedroom and just lie on the bed. He had his own bedroom. and I said, get out of my room. First of all, get off my bed. Get out of my room. And he was like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? And my parents had gotten me a BB gun. And I said, well, I'm going to shoot you with a BB gun. He goes, no way. There's no way you're going to do that. And I popped him right in the butt. and he goes flying out the room, going, Mom, he shot me with a BB gun. That BB gun went away. But I got him out of my room.
Damn.
Worth it.
Worth it. You're absolutely right. Worth it.
Did you aim for the butt?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I was on target. I knew that. I'm not going to shoot it. I had some training with the thing. I wasn't going, which I probably should have never done. Period. But I wasn't going to shoot at the head or anything.
We were playing. We played Army a lot, and we would have the typical toy guns, which I walked around strapped my entire childhood. I didn't go anywhere without a gun. And this kid, who I won't say his name, but actual kid, and he was like, bang, bang, bang. And of course I was being me, and I did like a race Bannon roll. And I'm like, you missed me. And then he just leaves. And a few minutes later, I felt like a bee stung me, and he had gone home and gotten a pellet gun and shot me in the thigh. And like it went half through my jeans and half into my skin. So we're able to like just pull it. But oh man, I reacted like a Revolutionary War soldier that had medic. Yes. Oh my God.
See, I wouldn't have done that with a pellet gun. I would not have done that with.
Yeah, that's South Roxana for you. I'm lucky his dad's 38 wasn't out, or he shot me with that.
Oh, you don't want to pretend, huh?
Yeah, that was it.
Man,
I did a lot fewer dive rolls after that.
He could just do the pew pew, and you'd be like, "Got me, I'm dead."
Yeah.
Man, are water guns still popular?
I think so.
They're
Man,
the best.
like the super soakers, those were
They got
crazy
so
popular.
much better like water guns now
Oh,
than we
yeah.
had. They were so stupid when we were little.
You had to be right next to someone.
The
when we
best
were a
one
kid.
though was the little one that you could hide in your hand, like you couldn't see it, and you just like.
Not familiar with that one.
Yeah, those are the best.
That was a big deal. And water balloons.
Water balloons were the best.
We would
Yeah.
only do water balloons maybe once a summer.
Yeah.
But oh God, that was a great day.
Yeah. The trick is to not fill them too much.
Oh.
Because if you fill them too much, they break when you throw them. You gotta get them so you can fire them a little bit.
Isn't it amazing how much fun we were able to have with like a sprinkler?
The stupidest, the stupidest things. For like, this is so great. It's just water.
Hours.
Yeah.
Just hours.
Jumping through the sprinkler. Like,
Yeah,
I'm going to do a somersault over it this time.
Making up games.
Cartwheel
Whenever
over
my-
it. Yeah.
Whenever my dad said, well, I got to water the lawn. And it was like, my brother and I were like, yes, we're there.
So cool. Dave, how are we looking the rest of the week?
Yeah. You know what? It's pretty out there, but it's chilly. It's 54. We're going down to 41 tonight. Tomorrow, the southerly flow comes back. Lots of sunshine, warm it up to 75 in the afternoon. Thursday, sunny and 78. Then a little weather system starts to come into play, more of a zonal flow west to east. So we have a couple of waves of low pressure coming in. So Friday, thinking scattered showers and thunderstorms. No all-day rain, but they'll be around. I don't see anything really severe at this point. Keep an eye on that. 73. Still unsettled over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, but I think we see limited rain Saturday and Sunday. So changeable skies. Keep an eye on it. But overall, I think we have a lot of dry time over the weekend.
Cool. Headlines, Rich?
Yeah, Artemis 2 is heading back to Earth. Did any of you guys watch the footage last night when they were
saw a little bit of it.
reaching
Yeah,
that furthermost point?
Did you see the part where they named the crater after the guy's deceased wife? That was really something.
Carol, that was cool.
Yeah.
I think they're scheduled to be back on Earth on Friday.
Cool.
You know what's wild about it is that the far side of the moon, dark side of the moon, whatever you want to call it, looks so much different than what we see.
So different.
Mm.
I kept I kept Googling because I just couldn't figure it out. And I said, because they said these are the first human eyes to see the far side of the moon. And I'm like, I thought a bunch of them orbited. So I Googled it and they said, oh, yeah. There's a whole bunch of them orbited it. To me, orbit means you go around it.
Right.
But I guess you can also just orbit it on just one side.
Well, you're locked.
You stay in the movement.
Yeah. So you stay over the same spot, but because the moon doesn't rotate.
Gotcha. Oh, that makes sense.
I didn't know that.
Okay, from the moon to Burger King. Burger King is planning to hire up to 60,000 employees amid this nationwide initiative. They're having such a boost with this like new Whopper and new and improved Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm saying that weird and I apologize. But the president of BK is like, we are strengthening our operations. We're modernizing our restaurants. We're listening to our guests. And now we need great people to help us keep that momentum going.
I saw a TikTok of the McDonald's CEO today.
Uh-huh.
That dude, he just can't get out of his own way.
What was he doing? What was he up to?
He's just a creeper. He's the kind of guy you don't let around your dog. Like he was saying, well, my daughters told me that it went viral, but not in a good way. And I blame my mother because she told me, don't talk with your mouth full. I'm just like, stop.
Did he really say it
that
like that?
wasn't the issue,
yes.
bro.
Yes.
The issue was it
That's
seemed
his
like
energy.
you didn't want to eat the burger. That's why everyone was making fun of you, because he was like, it's so yummy.
You look like an alien that doesn't know how to eat food.
Well, he took that guy down.
Yeah.
King Charles is going to do as his mother did before Congress, and something that hasn't happened in more than 3 decades. King Charles is going to speak to a joint meeting of Congress later this month, April 28th, during his first state visit to the United States as monarch. He'll be here for 4 days from April 27th to the 30th. And he says, the president says, I look forward to spending time with the king, whom I greatly respect. It will be terrific. Terrific in all caps. That was the president on True Social.
When they do their little press conferences, do you think anyone will ask the king about Andrew and the Epstein files?
Yes. I can't see how that doesn't get brought up. They might be encouraged not to do that, but I think someone will say something. Yeah. But they seem to have put a lot of distance between themselves and Prince Andrew. It took them long enough, but it is happening.
Yeah.
FIFA has raised the top ticket for the World Cup final to $11,000.
That's nuts.
It's a little nuts.
That's crazy.
It's a little nuts. And one more story for you guys before we go. Germany has these robot lawnmowers. But it's taking a toll on the hedgehogs in the country. So these robot lawnmowers, when they run at night, they are having a hard time spotting the hedgehogs and other nocturnal wildlife because the hedgehogs like curl up in this defensive pose, which makes it really hard for the AI, I guess, to spot them. And it's killing the hedgehogs. So people are calling for a ban on them and to fix the issue before they move forward. I feel bad for those cute little hedgehogs. They don't deserve that.
I'm trying to picture them.
A hedgehog?
They're really cute.
Porcupine?
Well, they don't have the long pins like the porcupine.
Yeah, kind of gopherish.
They're blue and sassy, and they run really fast.
I'll show you a picture of a hedgehog.
Named Sonic. The other one's Knuckles.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All righty.
I cannot vouch enough for the Gelman team. And not only have I represented them for about 18 years, but I've used them on several occasions for real estate transactions. And, at that point, it's like, it's real. It's like, okay, I get paid to tell everyone how great you guys are. I really hope you are. And they were fantastic, as I knew that they would be. Just very professional, right? And I'm not saying that other real estate agents are necessarily not professional, but there are a lot of, lone wolves out there doing it on their own. And with the Gelmans, you have like a big group, a big company. They have access to information and resources that others just don't have because it's a team. They have all sorts of options for how you list your home with different commission structures. So very, very open to what's important to you. It's going to be an interesting summer because the interest rates are up a little bit, but there's not a lot of inventory. So maybe those things kind of cancel each other out. Just know that if you're thinking about selling a home or doing the St. Louis thing where you sell it and you buy someone else's home, you cannot do better than the Gelman team. If you want to know what they think your house is worth right now, you can find out online without talking to anybody. Go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address, and they will tell you. If you want to talk about it, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, it's still pretty busy on these area highways. This traffic report is a service of Artistic Decks. If you're headed out 44 way, eastbound 44 still has that left lane blocked east of Antire from that earlier incident, so it's backed up on the west side of Antire, and that's what westbound 44 drivers are looking at. Westbound 44 actually has delays from almost southwest Arsenal all the way out to Elm, and then Bowles out to that point before Antire, looking at the eastbound stuff. So really busy for 44, especially this time of day. If you're on westbound Highway 70, there's a backup 170 to the airport. It's a little slow west of 94, west of 79 through Highway K, and again west of Highway A. Southbound 170 pockets of stop and go from Olive to 64. Southbound 270, still a solid jam approaching 364 down to 64. Then it's slow in pockets from there down to Gravois due to earlier problems. Westbound 64 Kings Highway through Bellevue, and then Winghaven all the way out to Highway 70 is slow. Southbound 55, a couple of spots from 44 down through Bates backed up. Not as bad through Merrimack Bottom after that. Eastbound 70 backs up east of the Mutual Veterans. The 64 and 64, 255 through 157's on the brakes. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Ready to hit a home run with your backyard? Call Artistic Decks. We're celebrating 25 years of A-plus service with massive rollback pricing. Get a professional custom-built deck for less. Hit it out of the park with Artistic Decks. Call 314-280-0821 today.
Calling all runners. Register now for the Cardinals 5K on Saturday, April 18th, and you can take a victory lap on the field at Busch Stadium. Don't miss this chance to bring the whole family for a fun St. Louis 5K race that brings fans together to support kids in the community. The Cardinals 5K, Saturday, April 18th. Register now at cardinals.com/5K. And for more information, just head to KMOX.com/events.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
I've been burned before. I was just repeating the same patterns. It turns out I had a type.
Workplaces everywhere are looking for love. And by love, we mean the easy way to order food at work. Easy Cater.
I thought ordering from great restaurants at work had to be complicated, but then I met Easy Cater. So many options, so flexible, and when I ordered for 50 gluten-free vegans without going over budget, I knew I'd found the platform I wanted to do life and lunch with.
Fall in love with Easy Cater. Start an order at easycater.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Game day comfort steps up to the plate Saturday, April 11th, when the Cardinals face the Boston Red Sox downtown. That night, fans can score a Cardinals dugout hoodie presented by Mercy, built for cool nights, late innings, and early season baseball. It's a classic, easy-to-wear layer you'll reach for all year long. Available in medium or extra large while supplies last. Don't miss this spring matchup. Get tickets and details at cardinals.com/promotions.
Every Sunday home game is a Kids Sunday at Busch Stadium. From Team Fredbird and games to a kid-friendly DJ, ice cream, and family favorite activities. Sundays are built for young fans. Plus, select Sundays feature kids run the bases after the game. It's a day made for smiles, memories, and Cardinals baseball together. Make Sundays your family tradition at Busch Stadium. Tickets and details at cardinals.com/KidsSunday.
.352 DGS. Do a couple of DGS happy hours. We never got to that. We just fought.
We talked about gas stations.
Gas stations. Who's got something?
I saw. Well, no, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, I get really mad at credit card companies for a particular type of email or letter, and it's when they will reach out and be like, "Hey, congratulations. We are going to give you the opportunity to apply for our credit card."
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Why are you trying to trick me into thinking that it is like my privilege to pay interest to you? It makes me so irrationally mad every time. And I get emails like that constantly.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I had one like
get
that.
out of here.
Years ago, for about literally 2 weeks, I traded crypto on Coinbase. And then I cashed out and I haven't been back to the app since. But they still have my email, and I got an email saying, "Crypto misses you." And I was like, go F off. Like, you don't miss me. No.
At least they're like just kind of buttering you up a little bit with that. With the credit card emails, it's like, oh, yeah, congratulations, but you still might reject me. Like, you're not even telling me I'm accepted. You're just telling me you're giving me the chance to vie for your affection. It makes me mad. They should stop doing that.
Rach, playing tennis adds 10 years to your life.
It's the world's healthiest sport. That's what they always say during the U.S. Open.
That's what they're saying.
But it's really good for like hand-eye coordination. And, you know, obviously there's the cardio factor there.
Yeah.
So
I don't quite understand this, but having one tattoo increases your chances of getting skin cancer. Having 2 or more decreases it. I thought that was kind of interesting.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I have no idea how that would work.
Yeah, I didn't want to finish the... I'm like, I got more than 2. I'm fine.
Yeah, well, I'm in the clear. Don't need to finish this article.
It didn't keep me from getting burned, I'll tell you that. When I was in Florida. Oof.
Yeah. And then I thought that the red part of your tattoo was like a severe burn on your arm.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The